Hello, and welcome back to Curse of Strahd. How's everyone doing so far on this lovely night?
Spooky.
Alright.
I forgot my pants today.
Oh, Wyatt. Laugh track.
Well, you won't need them on the off chance that we soil them with, because things finally gonna get spooky. And we'll see if someone dies. Last we had left off, our four intrepid adventurers, the beloved, and I'm forgetting all names again as I need to make sure that I'm reading them right. The beloved bride, Burns, Dr. Peppers, and Rose each managed to stumble their way into Barovia via the mist, whether invited via work obligations, or general hunting, or just flat out wandering. After a small encounter with a traveling caravan of wanderers, the Vistani, they found their way into Barovia the village, a less than quaint little village in the rotting away in the shadow of Ravenloft. After a brief encounter with some of the locals, they were given a certain mission, a simple task, to prove that they are worthy of being trusted, at the very least. They were to go on the outskirts of town to a very elegant manor. Two children had been left outside, named Rose and Thorn. It was later discovered that those two were actually ghosts luring people into the house, asking for help. So far, after exploring the majority of this manor, it's been relatively abandoned, apart from the occasional animated object in armor, and the almost hostile specters. Our adventurers have managed to have found the remains of Rose and Thorn, as they now have found their way towards the to the underground, the secret passageway that would lead down to the basement. With that, we continue on from here. Rose and Thorn are currently occupying two of your bodies without technically possessing you.
They're just along for the ride.
They're just tagging along for the ride, as the bride has taken the opportunity to collect their remains. With that in mind, how do you proceed? You have still not navigated two other rooms on this level. Here and here.
Oh, well, absolutely. Let's go into those.
100% before we leave.
Yes, because afterwards we'll have to burn this whole place down.
But we
What
own
if
it
it just
now.
gets sucked into the ground like the end of Poltergeist?
Wouldn't that be convenient? Okay,
Yes.
the bride's going to try and open the north door. This one.
Right. As you open it, it seems to be a spare bedroom with a small little stove still left inside. And I forgot to mute Discord from notifications. I will take care of that real fast. Sorry about that, folks.
It's okay.
All right. It seems fairly empty. There's a bed, an empty wardrobe, and a small iron stove that remains in this area. A very dusty rocking chair also inhabits the corner.
I could use a new rocking chair. Ooh, that'd look great in my office, actually. You mind if I take it?
Don't touch the stuff in the haunted house.
What?
That is rule one. How are you alive?
Well, because everyone else was busy being dead.
He's got a point.
Oh, you silly. A chair isn't a house. That's why it's not part of the walls. And he goes to take the chair.
All right. While you were carrying this chair, you're going to have to make some dexterity saving or acrobatics to try and get it through the doors as you move through these hallways.
If I could advise, I would say that Wyatt's character could take it down to the ground floor and leave it by the front door, so we can grab it when we leave.
There's no. Oh, no. I don't want to be a burden. There's so little time to handle matters at hand, so let's just get a move on as we may. Let's see. Athletics, you said?
Yes.
There we go.
Someone's listening to a video right now.
No?
I keep hearing like someone off like in the background listening to a video or something.
Jesse,
No?
Reed.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just drawing, so.
that's weird.
Weird.
I don't have
Okay.
something open, do I? Pretty sure I don't.
Who's the last one?
Oh well. I don't hear it now, so let's continue on. But yeah, you are continuously holding on to this rocking chair as you manage to take it along with you.
Fantastic. Oh, it's gonna look so good. I'll have the best office in town.
All
Okay.
right.
Is there anything else of interest in the room?
Not really. It seems, I mean, apart from you could take some sheets from the bed, but nothing of real value other than that.
Okay. Well, south door it is then.
Alrighty. As you continue into this area, it seems to be a storage room. The place is covered in dust. And from what you remember from the toy house that you guys examined, there is indeed supposed to be a hidden passageway that you would know is right here. However,
Oh, did it go?
with that 12, you do notice that there's indeed a corpse in the corner over here.
Oh.
Beloved is going to approach it with her mace raised.
Hmm.
All right.
Check his pulse.
Check his pulse, Yugi.
Yes. As you lift up this the cloak, it seems to be a what looks like to be the remains of a housemaid.
Huh.
You may use a medical check to see what happened. Alright, 14 is exactly what you needed. Dr. Peppers, you look over this body and you see multiple protrusions into the chest cavity. This woman was stabbed multiple times before her death.
Now, Thorn, did you stab the maid? It's alright if you did. It's not unusual. Just honesty.
No!
Thorn.
Okay.
Mrs. Whippleton. We don't know where she used to tell us bedtime stories when Mom and Dad were gone.
Oh, well, no worries. I mean, if you kids are dead and doing alright, I'm sure she's about somewhere.
Anyways.
Yeah, you visit. Since Thorn is technically in you, Dr. Pepper, roll a con save.
Do I just sound like a fucking crazy person extra?
Oh, don't
It's
worry.
like when
You're
Eddie
already.
talks to Venom and no one can hear it.
Now you're like, no, don't worry. You're already dead, so she's probably okay too. You say, you say as her horribly murdered corpse is just kind of off in the corner. Yeah, you feel a little. You feel bad. Like visibly, like depressed in this
Oh.
state now. Thorn did not. Thorn doesn't like being reminded that he's dead.
Oh well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in the hallway with my rocking chair, and just sort of chill out on that.
Roll another athletics. Wow, an
Oh my
unnatural one. You try to push, kind of swing around, but everyone's like, "Oh, you're trying to get out," and you're like, "Yeah, no, oh, okay, just turn it, just no, my turn it to the right. Hold up," and eventually the rocking chair is now jammed in the doorway.
Well, isn't that just how the way is?
And they can't get in there now. I don't know who they is, but
That'd be you, Johnny.
um,
You could easily just jump over it, but there's a chance it will break the chair.
And it's so nicely crafted.
Is it? Probably looks like it's about to break.
It's very old.
You're very old.
It's an antique, and it's definitely worth preserving. There are gold artistic carvings into the headboard and along the sides, and obviously someone has put a lot of care into smoothing the joints and all that.
Yes, but this is Reed the player talking. I want to know what his character thinks about the door being jammed shut now.
Beloved wonders if there's ways she can just she eyes the doorway, she eyes the chair, and then she attacks the doorway.
Until I open it up.
That hits a doorway. Roll damage. Okay. You slam into the doorway, and it is the doorway that you're attacking, right?
Yes, not the chair.
Okay.
Just trying to get the chair free without breaking it.
You slam, and a sizable chunk of this old plattered like wall just kind of falls to pieces as you basically open up a path. This doorway is now big enough for two people to walk through now.
Nice.
Okay.
or one chair.
Woo!
Exactly. Oh, all we have to do is have Beloved attack all the doorways before Dr. Peppers goes through them.
Of course. Thank you, Mrs. the Bride. I'm sorry, Mrs. Assistant the Bride.
Anyways, I tried to investigate earlier to find the passage, but
I mean, you already know it's there, so you automatically succeed. After
Okay.
some pushing around, you do find this 5-foot wide shaft. That after a little bit of prying, you pull apart some of the wooden, like the wall,
yeah.
and down and in a downward spiral that is littered with cobwebs leads downward.
Ugh.
I will say this much, Dr. Pepper, you're not going to be able to get your chair down there. It's too narrow and too tight.
What if? Oh, it's too tight. Okay. I was thinking of riding it like a sled.
Let's leave it here for now and get it later. Whee! Also, is this a door down here?
That is a window.
Okay, cool. Bring a chair.
Throw it out
Actually-
the window.
Or gently lowered out the window using the bed sheets in this room.
We can do moving company later.
A little later, yeah.
Yeah, this whole time, Thorn and Rose are like, are you guys seriously looting our house?
Yeah.
No,
Thing,
of
isn't
course not.
I mean, is it really your house? Or is it your parents' house?
I mean, technically the
her
will
house.
was in our name, so yeah.
We're going to go.
Yeah. She's literally the legal owner of this house. One of us
Ew.
has the deed in her name.
Well, I mean, there we go then.
Actually, speaking of using something as a sled, we could probably tear the door down and use that to slide down the stairs if we wanted to. I mean, obviously a little narrower, but Beloved gets to work kind of tearing the door to pieces so that we can all ride it like a snowboard.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's literally just a snowboard, so whoever's going down Cowabunga style, roll me acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, gotta check under the bed sheets. Or whatever these sheets are.
A lot of this stuff is just random, like, storage stuff for very old and very, like, moth-eaten clothing, mostly. There's an iron stove, a wooden trunk containing scant remains, wrapped in tattered bed sheets, dried with blood. Yeah, just more.
dragon blood.
Oh, there is a standing mirror in this area. Also, dress mannequins. And if you want, you can roll a perception check real fast.
Okay.
11. In the corner, there is a little church mouse.
That's so cute. Does Dr. Pepper's want a familiar?
Oh, I already have a familiar, but thank you. If anyone else would like a adorable little church mouse as a companion, he holds it up.
I'm fine.
Mr. Hunterman, would you like to have a little friend help you conquer werewolves?
I prefer something that can, run.
Okay, then I'll just hang on to him under my little hat.
Alright. Roll animal handling.
Animal handling. Animal. Oh, it's all the way up there.
Yep, just scoop
Of
up the
course.
little guy. His big old beady eyes. He's so precious. And so calm, too. Takes a pet like no. Nothing, like it's nothing. Very little precious thing.
Aww. They're so innocent and naive of what's about to happen.
It's gonna be like a monster.
Uh-oh. I'll roll the dice.
Alrighty, so acrobatics for whoever's going Alabunga style.
Oh, I just rolled athletics.
Alright, so that's Dr. Pepper rolling.
I'll just walk.
Alright, Burn is walking.
After they go down the floors.
Right.
Yeah, we'll clear the way. Well, she'll clear the way, but I'll steady her.
Okay, I'm assuming no one else is going on, so I'll keep that roll, but I'll add your dex instead of your athletics. So the bride just kind of rips the door off its hinges, slaps it down onto the stairs, steps on, and with her arms to her side, because there's not enough room for her to T-pose, she begins to lean forward. And Pepper, you jump on and like grab her by the side. She's like, "Oh wait, don't leave me!" And the two of you go sliding down, and everyone else can hear just this well, it's old brittle wood scraping against old brittle wood, and this entire time you're just getting cobwebs in your face. You hear like dun
No
dun dun
wonder
dun
it's
dun
not
dun
on
dun.
fire.
That's actually what the bride's veil is for. It's keeping her face protected from cobwebs.
Oh.
So no one has a mask on, so
Meanwhile, as you're at like potentially at ground level at this point, Pepper, you do fall off eventually. You just kind of eat shit as you begin sliding down the stairs continuously. Just but. You take 4 bludgeoning damage as you completely wipe out. Meanwhile, the bride continues with her sliding, as now she enters the next area.
me Rose are quickly coming after them.
Alright. You guys might want to zoom out, because this next area is to the top right area.
That's interesting.
Alright. As you enter this area, as you all pick up Dr. Pepper, wiping away the cobwebs and other stuff that have clung to your bodies as you entered an area that hasn't been touched in quite some time. You all begin to hear something. These catacombs that you've now wandering through. You hear something. A murmuring of some sorts. It just echoes throughout the hallways.
I try to adjust myself so I look like I'm just laying casually. Oh, that sounds troubling over there. Mr. Johnny, would you mind helping me up? I seem to have relaxed too much.
He kind of just grabs him by one arm and yanks him up.
Thank you.
Just the bare minimum.
I'm gonna say
Well,
that
your bare minimum is my max.
the bride proceeds forward in front of the group with her mace raised.
Alright, which way are you guys going?
I'm gonna leave that to you guys because she doesn't.
Johnny, what do your senses tell you?
I look like a fucking dog.
Well, hunters always had a bit of dog's blood in them, yeah. Don't you have those natural-born tracking instincts?
Kind of stares. What? Just follow the lady. Just think it's
Use
an
my
ocean.
amazing powers of detection to think of a way to go.
Alright. As you're looking around, it seems as though you're in a bit of a crossroads right now. From what you're hearing from the sounds that are echoing out, you get the feeling either way could lead to potentially what you're looking for. However, there are these other hallways off to the sides worth potentially investigating.
Alright. So just pick a direction and go.
Yep.
I'll vote.
Alright.
I'll
Yeah.
vote north.
Alright.
Okay. Good.
As you guys head up north, to the right, it looks as though there are catacombs. From your distance, you actually see grave markers.
Oh, perfect.
Alrighty. As you enter this area, you see one empty crypt, a blank slab that's been left open and no further markings there. However, the one to the right belongs to, etched into the side is Walter Durst. However, this crypt seems to have been left open. There's no body inside.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say that the bride looks down at the doll that she's holding and then at the crypt, and remember, this doll is wrapped in the shawl that the crying, empty baby apparition was wrapped in. So she's going to very reluctantly place the doll into the empty crypt.
Okay. All right, bride. You have inspiration.
Nice.
What this means is you get one free reroll
Nice.
until you decide to
Thank
use
you.
it.
Oh, that reminds me. Should I roll more portents for today, or
Do you remember your last ones?
I do not.
Okay, then go ahead and reroll them.
You have to roll for importance?
It's something that divination wizards have. So 12 and 19. Cool.
I think that's
No,
actually the same rolls you got last time.
It's something close. I know a 19 was one of them. So
But yeah, good rolls. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else of importance left in this crypt.
can we ask the kids if they knew who Walter whatever was?
That's our
Well,
dad.
Walter was the name of the baby.
Oh, no, Walter was the name of the dad.
It'll be both.
Oh, wait, no, yes, Walter was the kid's name. I'm sorry, I got the names mixed up.
Whoops.
Yeah, Walter, yeah, the kids say that was supposed to be for our little brother, but he never woke up.
Aw. Well, you win some, you lose some.
How deep down do these catacombs go?
This particular area seems to be, you'd say you're about 20 feet underground, but these catacombs themselves seem to be, like, small crypts.
Yeah.
Like, room for maybe, like, 2 bodies to make room for their coffins.
My point is, like, is it common for crypts to be under family homes like this? I thought they typically were kept in church. Yeah.
Not really.
Churches and things like that. Yeah, like churches and stuff.
Yeah, this is actually very uncommon, and the kids will actually speak up as all of you hear them speak up, say, we were never allowed to be in the basement. We just knew that Mom and Dad had a lot of friends come over a lot of times, but we always heard the weirdest things.
Such as?
A lot of screaming.
Screaming.
I see.
And do we hear, like you said, we hear a sound coming somewhere down here, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Even
It was
right
a
now,
moan.
both Rose and Thorn are like, whatever this noise is, what we're hearing right now, we remember it, but we don't know what it is.
Okay.
No, it's not good.
I'm gonna say that the bride is looking around the crypt to see if she can find the graves of Thorn and Rose.
All right.
This way. Oh, this probably first.
All right.
I'm only,
Yeah.
I'm only saying that because this is near the top of the map, so it probably isn't that large.
All right. As you continue northward, it seems as though this area leads down a flight of stairs into what looks like a common area.
Interesting.
Seems to be a simple area. A lot of a single table. From what you can see, the rest of this room actually looks like they're beds, small little sleeping quarters of sorts.
Have they been used recently?
Nope, it seems as abandoned as the rest of the house.
How many bedrooms?
It is a noble house.
Well, I mean, you'd think you'd get to nobility not by sleeping all day. Okay. Anything
with
on
that
the table?
with that
Sorry.
investigation, I will say that you get the feeling that you've walked past out of the crypt area. There is a flight of... What you can see is another hallway with another flight of stairs.
Up or down?
Down.
Wow, that seems like something of great importance to us over there. We should head over. By which I mean, Bernard, you should head over.
Oh, now I'm the dummy? The test subject?
Say you're the dummy. I said you were brave and noble.
You clearly don't know me,
Well, no, I met you today, buddy.
but he will go listen.
All right.
Good job.
Damn it. I'm not rolling good at all, and I...
No.
It's Raven left. Before we continue on with Burn, does the bride wish to continue searching for the rest of the crypts?
Yes.
Okay. As you notice that this area over here is more of like a living quarters for some strange reason, do you head southward?
Yeah, I mean, she'll look around as much as she needs to try and find the kids' graves.
All right.
And she's lugging around their corpses in a pair of sacks, so like
Okay.
she's motivated.
You do see 2 other hallways that lead to 4 other coffins.
Oh. Wait, 4?
She's gonna try the east ones first.
All right.
It could be like grandparents, Wyatt, also.
Yeah.
If it's like the whole family.
All right. You look to the one to the left, and it says, "In loving memory of Gustav Durst." It seems to have been the father of the house.
Okay.
However, upon closer inspection, you notice that the coffin is empty.
Oh.
To the right, you see what looks to be another coffin that's been inscribed with Elizabeth Durst. However, the coffin is closed. Do not sense... You'll need to inspect further to see if it's actually, empty.
Yeah, sure, why not? It's not like she's shy about grave robbing at this point. Even as she's trying to put 2 other people to their eternal rest.
Alright. As you go to open up the crypt... Yeah, you just straight up fling it open, but you are met with a cacophony of clicking and snapping as a swarm of centipedes is inhabiting this coffin. Roll initiative real fast.
Okay.
Like all of us or just her?
Right now, just
If you
her.
want to
Just
can-
her.
Swarm 14. Alright, swarms of stuff, swarms of ravens, swarms of rats, swarms of poisonous snakes, insects. Okay.
Hey, Johnny, while we're splitting up, you check with my assistant over there, would you?
Alright, immediately regretting your decision, you have the first go at it.
Okay. Well, since I rolled a natural 20 with the opening the coffin thing, would it be fair to say that she's still holding the top of the coffin?
Yes.
In that case, she's going to use that as a weapon
Okay.
in order to maximize her squishing ability.
At the bottom of a shoe.
Alright.
Exactly.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay, so it would be my strength. I just roll flat strength +1.
Yes. Since this is indeed a, that's just enough to hit.
Okay.
So,
So
go ahead and just
13.
roll damage for your mace, since you're... for flavor-wise. This
Okay.
is squishing as many insects as possible.
Okay.
Okay. You begin. You just. The bride, you look down at the swarm of insects, and you're like, yeah, no. As you slam down the coffin lid back onto this swarm of centipedes, and you hear a resounding squish. But they are. You've kicked the nest, and now they are very pissed.
All right.
All right. All right. Almost like a hornet's nest, these centipedes begin crawling out, and they are going to occupy your space, and they're going to try and bite you.
Okay.
What is your AC?
My AC is 15.
Okay. Let's see.
And are these armored centipedes?
They are just regular insects, but they are a swarm.
Yeah.
All right. They try to crawl up your legs, but you quickly just kind of swipe them away as if nothing was happening. Rose is kind of freaking out because, ew, bugs. No, ew, this is gross. But luckily, you managed to keep the swarm at bay by swiping away at them. Go ahead and take your next turn.
Okay. Since the coffin lid is now on the slightly bug-gutted coffin, she's just going to attack with her mace.
Natural 20. Okay. And like a whack-a-mole, you're just like smack, 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 smack. And it's getting a little gory at this point. Even with the amount of bug mash at this point, it's starting to get to clump up a little bit. They are now at that HP. Okay. They're not dead yet, but they're looking pretty close.
Oh God.
Because they are at half mass. Okay. They're gonna continue to attack. After this, Johnny, if you like, you can roll to get into this fight since you're right next to the bride, and you see that this is happening.
Yeah. I only have 20 bolts, so I should probably just get in there. What do I need to roll?
Initiative.
Ah.
Okay. The bugs are going to be able to get their chance in before you can act. And that's... God, it's still a miss. And I'm going to swap out my business dice. It's a little too low today.
There are just too many folds and poops in her wedding dress for the insects to find where she is in it.
It's a lot like mosquito nets. Like, it's thin, but it's just thick enough and tight enough to where they can't bite and sting you. But yeah, Johnny, you now have a chance to act.
I can just swing at him.
Yeah. That hits. Alright. Almost like you're like collecting like wheat. You just bring out your sickle and just swipe at the floor, and what's remaining are just a few centipedes that now that the majority of them have died, begin to crawl back into the crevices of this crypt. The swarm of insects is gone.
Okay. The bride is going to nod gravely at Johnny as thanks, and then check to see if there's anything in the coffin besides, squished centipedes.
Apart from the squished centipedes, there is no body in this crypt.
Okay. Damn. Alright, the bride is going to, she has no, like how to physically interact with Johnny. So she's just going to kind of walk around him and head into the western crypts.
All right. And as you walk in, you feel a visible chill from Rose. As before you is 2 coffins, empty, but written onto their tombstones is Rosavelda Durst and Thornbolt's Durst.
All right. Well, she still remembers which of the sacks is which child, so
They're color-coded,
She's
so you
gonna-
know.
yeah. So she's going to carefully lay them in their respective coffins.
Aww.
And she doesn't have a good grasp on religion, but she's going to try and
Say a prayer.
yeah, or just respectfully lay them in whatever ceremony she can think of.
You place them as best you can. And at this point, even you, Dr. Peppers, begin to feel a chill up your spine as you feel Thorn leave you.
What?
Before
Thorn?
you stands the ghost of Thorn and Rose, as they look to you and say, "Thank you. I think we want to leave here. We spent too much time here. Please, if you can, I hope you'll be able to get rid of whatever caused all this. Goodbye." And with that, the two of them fade out. They have been put to
Aw.
rest.
Bride just stands there silently for a couple of minutes, her face hidden by her veil, and then she abruptly leaves the crypt and checks south.
Okay. Before we get to that, we're going back to Burns.
Uh-oh.
Burns.
Just burn, not burns.
Sorry.
This
So,
makes me think of Mr. Burns, and I don't like that. I don't want to be known as that.
all right. Burn, you look down. You see more living quarters, from what it looks like. But there's a well in the center of this area.
Oh, good.
Well, that's where is the thing? There it is. There we go. It's a bit better.
It looks like, at the very least, albeit stagnant water, there is indeed a bucket off to the side that looks like you could send it down there to pull up some water.
We don't want water. We want whatever was at the bottom of it. We've played RPGs before. So, forgoing the bucket, have it root down at the bottom and see if we can find something.
Okay. Roll with a mage hand, and it's 30 feet down, so you would have enough magic
Right.
power to range to search around. Go ahead
Oh.
and give me an investigation. Yeah, the DC is going to be low, so...
Cool.
Would you mind getting me a cup of water by chance? All that sitting down earlier really tired me out.
You don't want this. You don't want this water. But he will pull out a water skin and offer it to the bird.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
thank you, my good man.
he takes a little. Dr. Pepper takes out this little vial of something and like pours a little bit of the water into a cup and then his little concoction into another, and you start hearing fizzing. It's a little Mio Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Investigating.
All right. With the 16, you take roughly a minute to make sure you're covering all the bases of this well, until eventually your mage hand does pick up something. As your skeletal hand rises out of the well, there's indeed a small little key.
Ding. I imagine it goes to one of these lockboxes.
Yep, each one of these rooms has a small lockbox.
Let's go investigate all of them. Should
Alright.
I roll another investigation?
With your previous investigation, I will say this much. This key looks brittle as fuck.
So I have to pick one and
You'll
use it one time?
You'll probably only get one use out of it. But it does look like the others can be lockpicked if anyone has the tools for it.
I love it has a nose.
Alright, I'll pick up each one and figure out which one's the heaviest.
Okay.
The heaviest one just has a rock.
That'd be my luck, but yeah.
I'm actually gonna have to estimate how heavy some of the stuff is.
Aw.
Okay. You get the feeling that the one chest to the bottom right is the heaviest.
This one. Right here?
Oh, hang on. I gotta select. Yes, that one.
Okay, cool. Also, do these quarters look lived in recently?
Nope. They look abandoned. However, the chests do seem relatively open. Or not. Well, there's no dust on them at the very least. There's a cobweb off to the side. I will say that with the investigation, you do notice there are noticeable footprints. I mean,
Oh.
not like, oh, people have been here recently. Like, these are footprints in like dust and other stuff that has been scattered here.
Yeah.
This has been lived in, but not lived in for a very long time.
Righto. Click.
Alright. As you turn the key, you hear as it turns all the way, the skull at the end of this key just kind of snaps off. However, it is now opened, and inside is a silvered short sword.
Ooh.
Yoink.
Oh, that's a
I
nice
don't
bit
think
of
I can use
glam.
that as a wizard.
No, but the melee fighters are definitely going to get a kick out of that.
I thought we only had one
Alright,
of those.
add it to my inventory. Silver short sword, you say?
Yes.
Silver short sword, you said?
Yes, yes. It's
Cool.
worth about
Sorry,
110
I think I'm
GP.
lagging a little. Cool. So how difficult do the rest of these boxes look to open?
About moderate difficulty.
What if I freeze the lock and then kick it open?
I will say it'll be a higher difficulty, because you risk damaging what's inside.
Shit.
I don't have any lock picks. I'm not a sneaky class. I don't have any spells that would help either.
I mean, you have a knife now. You can just like try and pry it open.
This is true. Better is my dagger for the short sword.
Right.
All right. I
Could
will.
I use like my mage hands, 10 pounds of force, and my own force to like open these?
Okay. I'll rule a cool it. You can use your dagger or some type of leverage to try and pry open these chests. However, the DC will be higher than the lock.
Sorry, what?
The DC will be
DC
higher.
will be higher.
Okay. Well,
So roll either athletics or arcana.
Arcana, definitely.
Okay.
Dang.
So
I am a wizard.
you look at your skeletal mage hand, and you're like, okay, I can apply 10 pounds of force. As you just grab one of the middle fingers and just jam it into the lock, and you begin visibly, like, pushing it in, and you hear crunching and crackling as your incorporeal hand does apply enough force to the tumblers inside to open it. You do look at your mage hand, and it does seem visibly damaged, however.
That's alright. It's a cantrip. I can just summon a new one!
Where?
Forever!
You just toss it behind your back, and you make a new one pop up.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Also, for flavor, I will make sure that, like, each hand that I summon is a left hand. Just a fun little flavor thing.
Alright,
Okay.
within that chest, there is an ivory hairbrush with silver bristles.
Interesting.
It seems to be worth... like, you could probably pawn it off for money. Or at the very
So
least, smelt down the silver.
Or, later on, I can give it to a man or woman who I suspect of being a werewolf and tell them, hey, your hair's a little messed up. Here, borrow my hairbrush.
Ah.
And then their scalp starts burning. Anyways,
That
can we just, like,
getting-
can
Yeah.
we just speed run the rest of these chests?
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah,
that much.
Dr.
You get one
Pepper's
shot. You get one shot per chest.
Alright, so...
Wait, no,
three
wait.
of-
Man.
You wanna help me?
Yeah. You can't hog all the glory, Mr. Glory Hounder.
Alright.
And I...
What do you
Sorry?
want to do? What do you want to do, then?
Well, I want to see what little Charles might be good at. I pull the mouse from out under my hat.
It's a mouse.
You just hear a little squeak. It looks at you with his big old eyes.
Charles, you want me to pick that lock, see if there's some cheese in there?
Squeak, squeak. It does nothing as it looks up at you.
Is this really just a mouse?
It's just a mouse.
Literally just a mouse.
And Burn looks him up and down. He's like, you don't look like a druid or a ranger either, so I doubt you can get it to do what you want. I suspect the only reason it's still with you is because it thinks you have food.
Well, at some point I could. You don't know.
He
Fun
smells like
fact,
Dr. Pepper. He smells like sugar.
Sugary
Right.
sweet. I put him back in my hat and I start picking the lock with my own beak.
Okay.
Your face.
Uh,
Can I have assistance now that he's helping me?
yeah, go ahead with
Hey, this
Dr.
worked
Pepper
when
help.
I was a kid.
Yeah,
So 3 arcanas.
yeah,
1, 2,
with advantage. So that's 21,
Hold
22,
and 3.
18 just passed. That
Yeah.
last one was a little scary because for a moment you thought like, oh no, Pepper's beak got caught.
Well, we'll have to amputate.
But yeah, that you do open up the chest and pry out Pepper's beak. It's a little bent, but still good.
Oh, you'll be fine.
All right. So within these chests are 11 GP and 60
Okay.
silver coins and a pouch made of human skin.
Hold on. Sorry, say that again. I heard 11 GP?
Yes, 11 gold and 60 silver.
60. And bag of human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Or bag made of human skin.
Is there
there
anything
something-
inside the bag?
Is there anything inside said bag of human skin?
The money.
Oh.
The second chest. There are
that was in
3.
one- that was just in one chest? Shit.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Within the second chest are 3 moss agates that are folded into a piece of black cloth.
What's that?
The gems,
Okay.
but they kind of look. They're just from your general knowledge. They don't really look that good.
Appealing. Yeah.
They're gems, but they're like these are just barely above like shiny rocks.
Hey. It'd be fun to trade with a child or something for information. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
And in the last one, contains a
One-
black leather eye patch with a
Ooh.
carnelian. Carnelian?
Can you spell it?
It's called a
C-A-R...
carnation.
Oh, and let me just type it in so I'm not sounding stupid. C-A-R-N-E...
Since you have that little sword, would it be alright if I had that human skin pouch of cash?
I mean, I would like some of the money. A carnelian is a gemstone. It's like brownish red.
Ah.
Cool.
And it's...
Here.
Yeah.
I'll take. Here, how about we split it then? So. I'll take 30 silver and 6 gold. How's that sound? And you have the same.
Oh, alright, but I get to keep the skin bag.
That's perfectly fine by me.
All right.
As he just throws it out. But I look at this little eye patch and boop.
All right. The carnelian is worth about 50 GP.
Oh, that's maybe magic.
Oh.
The eye patch itself is not magical, unfortunately.
Well, detect magic and identify are the same spell level, so either way.
With that in mind, beloved, as you're walking into your area,
Yep.
seems to be a dining area of some sort. Oh, reveal. Seems to be... There seems to be some sort of larder to the right of you, or the left of you, and a hallway
Okay.
over here.
All right.
All right. What is your passive perception?
Oh, sec. Passive perception is 11.
Okay. Johnny, what is your passive perception?
15.
Okay, you notice something immediately. There is something in that larder.
I don't know what a larder is.
It's basically a closet.
Oh. Yeah, probably look at that. Which way was it? Was it left?
Yeah, it's closer to where Beloved is standing.
Over here, actually.
Oh, Grace pinging over
Oh.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably check that.
All right, you do notice there's something there, so before you head over to that location, I will describe what you're looking at. Make sure that I'm getting the right stats.
Oh boy.
Okay. You visibly see something slithering and swarming in this area as you see... Where is it? Where is it? Monster Manual, where is it? Sorry, I should have had these prepared beforehand.
That's alright.
It looks as though there's seems to be some sort of serpent, but as you look closer, you see tentacles. And as this thing begins to writhe, almost like it's chewing on something in the larder, what would be its head pulls back, and you see 4 octopus-like tentacles. At the end of it is each like a claw, and what would be a face is just a beak, like the inside of an octopus's like legs beak. That's currently
Hey.
snacking away at something. It seems to be a grick.
That is certainly a thing that is there. Let's kind of back away. Like, I don't know if we should deal with that right now.
If he's not going to engage with it, Beloved is just going to leave it be. She's going to look into this room instead with that 17 perception.
Okay.
It's not attacking us, so just kind of leave it as long as we can.
Yeah, you do notice that this thing has no eyes.
I think I know what it is, actually.
It's a Greg. Because that's what he said it was.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just hear this hissing noise as this thing is eating something.
And it will continue to.
Alright. Put that book over here. Get this book back over here. So many books out. Reveal more area. As you look over to this area, it seems to be a hallway. It leads downward. Meanwhile, as our other two wizards are currently continuing on, I'll say that you guys are all kind of converging into this one area.
Yeah, well, we probably... Oh, hey, cool. So we like run into each other. Oh. Hi. Find anything?
That.
Not really here either.
He just kind of gestures at the thing.
Yeah, you look over into the hallway and you can visibly see this tentacle monster eating away at something.
I see.
Doesn't seem to be bothering anyone, so just kind of left it.
What if that is the thing we were set to destroy, though?
I mean, seems like there's bigger problems than something eating
I
food
will
no
allow.
one was gonna eat.
Yeah, I'll allow you guys to either roll. It's a monstrosity, so roll an Arcana instead of Nature.
I have no Arcana, so this is gonna go badly. Yeah.
Yeah,
With the power of teamwork.
yeah, Johnny. That thing's whatever it is. It's not our issue. More than likely, this is like a pest that wandered in. Burn, you would also agree. This thing is an underground pest that has taken residence in this area, most likely after things went down. This would be not at near... This thing is dangerous, but it's not nearly dangerous enough for an entire household to go missing like this.
Gotcha.
Dr. Pepper, you would get the same thing. Like, oh, that's just a pest.
It's just a little pest. No need to be concerned. I'll handle it easily. And detect magic.
Make sure to move your token where you're at.
Okay, just getting thing to. You know how your little board can sometimes get in the way.
Right.
Squeeze you over there. And frostbite.
Alright. Just gonna put that there. DC 15. Get my brick stats back. Alright, got a +2. Does not resist cold. Dracona dice. Alright, it fails. It takes the full brunt of the damage. That's a D6 of cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack. Okay.
All right.
I will allow you guys one surprise round.
Okay.
No.
Quick question. Is there anything on the floor that Beloved could throw at it?
There's a lot of rocks and the actual table at the dining area.
Oh, yeah, she definitely wants to do that. What would I roll?
I'd say strength saving throw, just to
Okay.
for stat wise. Okay.
Yeet!
But yeah, let's see. Go ahead and roll damage for your frostbite first, Dr. Pepper, since you're the one that struck first. It's a D6.
Yeah. It'd be 2d6 because we're level 5, right?
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting I made you
Yeah.
guys level 5, so 2d6.
Did you hear that, Wyatt? Cool.
If we're doing our surprise stuff, I'll throw in a vicious mark. And try and get it some disadvantage.
I'll throw that. Oh, it doesn't actually have any shit. Hold on. Yeah, I don't have that one programmed, so... What is it for ranged spells, actually? Like, what do you add to your d20?
It should be your spell attack modifier if it's a ranged attack.
Plus proficiency?
Yeah, if you
Or
believe
does it
so.
matter because I don't actually know.
Yeah, it should automatically just be like, you should be able to see, like if you open up your stats, you can look at your sheet.
Oh, I can,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, spell attack bonus, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
8.
spell attack bonus. You have a +8.
Cool.
That just hits, so that hits. Also, Dr. Pepper, again, roll your damage for your first frostbite, and that does count for your sneak attack.
Oh, okay. Alright.
There's mine.
So 2d6.
Yep.
2d6.
Make it roll a con for my thing.
Okay. Roll con for this thing. Surprisingly, not very not very healthy. It fails.
It's eating like it's eating like trash in a catacomb. I don't think anything's healthy down here.
Alright. Feels poisoned. Okay. It's poisoned. Takes that full poison damage. Does not resist poison for some reason.
Oh. And now it has a table being thrown at it.
Yeah. So for the sake of this very large table that you have just yeeted at this this medium-sized tentacle creature, this is going to be. Go ahead and roll 2d4, since this is indeed a this is a large object going onto a medium-sized creature, and add your strength modifier.
Okay. 2d4 plus 3. Do I get anything else for the nat 20?
Well, you don't need it because with that 8, it does die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone's just like completely wrecked this thing, and then to add insult to injury, just a giant fucking table is launched at this thing. You just hear just
Weesh.
Yeah, I love that just the visuals of everyone, all these magicians using their magical powers, and then, like, frost, sickness, table.
I cast Tavern Brawler And smash.
Okay. She's Beloved's going to walk over and examine the corpse. I'm gonna roll survival. Also to see if there's anything worth looting in the larder.
Well, you don't really need to roll high. Everything in here is either rotten or just gross looking.
Okay.
The actual Grick itself, its beak has been caved in. However, you can probably salvage one of its tentacles.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? She rips off one of the tentacles and walks over with it still kind of twitching slightly in her grasp and kind of offers it to the group. Like, she'll offer it to Johnny first in thanks for helping her earlier, but she'll also offer it to Dr. Peppers if Johnny doesn't want it.
Is it worthwhile keeping it for?
I mean, the barbs can probably be, made into, like, arrowheads or something.
Also can be a whip. A creepy barbed whip.
Ooh. Johnny, do you want him?
I want what?
The Grick tentacle.
Why not? I
Okay.
will figure some use out of it.
Alright. She graciously hands it over and, as thanks for helping her earlier.
Oh, so this is the thing we fought, right?
The Grick?
Is it Rick?
D-R-I-C-K. It was
No.
the one that was the snake-like one, not the brain one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I get those two confused a lot.
Yeah, it's a grill. A grell.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of G's
Understand.
for abomination things.
Yeah. Abjurations. Or apparitions, I forget the word.
Apparitions.
Exactly. Yeah. They're fun. They're fun to read about. Yeah, cool. Alright.
Alright, where do you guys go now?
Probably...
Dr. Peppers looks for some scrap of food or anything that could heal him because those stairs really broke his bones.
No, he didn't.
I'm going to say that Beloved offers him some of the rations she got from the kitchen, but, specifically, she's trying to feed the small mouse under his hat, and she gives it a little bit of dried fruit.
Oh.
Would you guys like to take a short rest?
Sure, why not?
You are in the dining area, so take an hour for lunch. As the bride just kind of pulls the table out of the larder, like one handed, just plop.
And we'll recover some slots then.
All right, roll your hit dice in order to recover some HP, if you
I have
so
not
wish to.
lost any.
I haven't lost any.
Mostly for your wizard, your squishy squishy wizard.
Wait, what I roll?
Your hit die.
He's not a wizard. He's like the plague doctor class, right?
It technically is a wizard subclass.
I didn't know that.
So, spell attack bonus, spell save DC.
It should be right underneath your HP.
Oh. Hit die 1d6. Really? Okay.
So you have 5 that you can use right now.
I'm gonna use well, let's try 1.
You heal for 4.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, if everyone's sitting down to eat, how many rations will that take?
1 ration for everybody.
Okay.
Little church
So-
mouse can feed off of Dr. Pepper's rations.
I'm
Alright.
gonna name them after the inventor of Dr. Pepper itself, Charles.
Good. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Alright.
He looks
so-
very wealthy.
A little church mouse in a top hat.
Oh no, that's adorable.
Is this precious? Okay, which way do you guys go after you finish lunch?
The bride wants to investigate the south before they go down the other stairs.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Before we
Yeah,
go
so
down here. Yeah.
Oh, careful, miss. That's very. And Dr. Pepper thinks for a minute. He's like, yeah, you know what? You're fine.
All right. As you enter this area, make sure I don't forget. You look down to your right, and from what you can tell, it seems to go further down.
Okay.
A small hallway that leads to the
Oh,
left and right. More than likely,
connect.
that would have connected.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
as you stand there, you hear the chanting more clearer now.
Chanting.
That murmuring that you heard at the entrance of this of the crypts, you begin to hear them go louder and louder. You can't hear what exactly they're saying, but it's definitely a group of people chanting.
Okay. And to the east and the south?
You actually hear rumbling
Okay.
and growling
All right.
and hissing
Mm-hmm.
as popping out of the walls are these gnarled and clawed hands as four pale-like individuals rip themselves out of the floor and walls, looking towards you guys.
Okay.
As four ghouls, wrapped up in black cloth, stare at you all, and one points and goes, oh shit. Sorry, that came. I just got
Oh,
choked
that's
up.
you.
That's not what they say. It's just me choking on nothing.
We got that. We got that.
Anyway, they roar and roll for initiative.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll again.
Oh, damn it.
It makes sense. You're being surprised.
Surprised.
I'm assuming Beloved has higher dex than Burn.
I have 3. And she has 1.
Okay. Dr. Pepper did up a list. These are ghouls. Make sure I got the right stat block. A lot of things with G in their name for this dungeon.
The G dungeon.
Okay. We're gonna start them.
The gee whiz, that's quite a dungeon.
Oh, boo.
Where?
Battle music.
Oh, are there ghosts here?
He was possessed by a ghost earlier, and he's thinking if there are ghosts here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. One of them. Oh, let me put their tokens down. Where's that last one? So they mark where they are. Okay. Alright. Alright. For top of the order, one of the ghouls gets to go first. They are going to make a... Let's see. They are going to make a claw attack at Beloved.
Okay.
+4 to hit. I'm assuming a 19 hits.
Yes, it does.
Alright, that's 2d4 plus 2. You take 6 slashing and I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You're fine. Beloved, as you feel this thing's claw rip into your dress, for a brief moment, you're infuriated, as this thing had clawed away at one of the bloodstains of your husband. And that rush of adrenaline keeps you from something bad happening.
Oh, okay.
Ghouls.
Right.
Fools.
Alright. Pepper, it's now your turn.
Oh no, they're coming in my head again. Hang on, I have to deal with my crazy thoughts. He doesn't think like they can actually see these things.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I will allow you to walk through ally spaces, but you do need to see where you're casting this.
Oh shit. So I can have that in.
Hey, what color are these? Are these ghouls?
They are pale white and dressed in black cloaks.
So they're not funny little green ghouls?
No.
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 This is Ravenloft.
Oh.
Sorry. We can paint them green afterwards. Would you like that?
Alright, so what you doing?
Oh.
Which one are you attacking?
Well, yeah, she seems to be handling that one. No, yeah, that one.
Alright.
Just right.
It's a dexterity saving throw. Which is action. Let's see. It's action. Oh, strength saving throw, not a dex. Okay. These have +1 to their strength. And that's a fail. That one is. As this thing is clawing its way out of the dirt walls in this hallway, just a giant skeletal hand reaches out from the dirt itself, grabs it, and yanks it backwards, back towards the wall, as it takes its damage. So that's 2d6 bludgeoning, and is considered restrained.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll
they're
damage.
really spicy today. Oh, 2d6 you say?
Yes, yes.
2d6. Oh, come on!
That's okay. If it's restrained, we can just wail on it.
Well, I do have my trusty dagger on me.
Alright. It's now Johnny's turn.
Let me check something. Cool. I'm going to go. I'll have to move him a little bit. At least so we can peek around the corner to cast this.
Okay.
Closed my sheet. I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers.
Oh boy.
And it's a 5-foot cube that does damage to things that go in it. And I'm going to block off. Let's block off right here. So like that,
Alright.
or whatever that square would be. So it would probably be damaging that guy.
Yep.
I think it's 4d.
44 slashing damage.
Or when it starts its turn.
So is that a saving throw, or is it just flat out 44 damage?
It just says 44 damage
Oh,
when it
wow.
enters the spell's area.
That's actually kind of busted. That's just pure. That's unavoidable damage.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I can check.
I mean, it's supposed to be like a deterrent. It's like, don't go this way, or like, if
Yeah.
you do go this way, you will take damage.
I'm putting the blender here so that if they come in, they take the damage.
All right. You lift up your hand, and you whisper something into the air, and all the shadows that are covering the corners of this area begin to extend and twist and lash as that area does become a massive whirlwind of slicing shadows. Anything else?
And that's all I got.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty good.
This smells real good for like
Tight quarters areas.
tight quarters. Yeah.
All right, beloved, is your turn. It is the.
I
Oh.
thought I had a higher dex than her.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he did.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. I forgot to put that in order. All right, Burn. It's now your turn.
There are a lot of things here. That is
Yep.
scary. Okay, from this spot right here that my arrow is beaming. to
Right, I see it.
Get these two guys. Hopefully this won't mess some things up.
All right.
That's a lot of damage.
What spell is this?
Shatter.
Oh, Shatter. Okay.
I have that spell.
All right, that is the con save. They have +0 con. I mean, yeah, they are. That's a pass for one, and because the
I
other
think
one
it's
is
16.
let's see, and a fail for the other. Incidentally enough, the one that's been restrained failed. All right, is 18 damage and half for the other. Oh wow, that one that is restrained is not looking good.
And I guess for my move action, I'll like tap on Beloved's shoulder and give her the silver short sword. You probably use it better than I can.
She will wordlessly take it.
He just nods. So you have that now.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
All right, beloved,
So I
it's
hide
now.
behind-
Yep, it's now beloved's turn.
Okay. What Beloved wants to do is use her shield to slam the goal closest to her so that it's kind of like pinned and can't claw as easily, and then shank it in the face with the silver dagger.
Okay.
What would you roll to do that?
So you could take the shove action, which will count as one of your attacks.
Okay.
You'll have to roll an athletics against you or be knocked prone.
Okay.
You don't have a feat for this, so it's not going to take additional damage, but if it does fall prone, you will get advantage on your next attack on it.
Okay. And when we say prone, I mean pinned up against a wall like a butterfly.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I just roll strength?
Yes. Or athletics of your choice. Whichever is higher.
Yeah.
Alright. You pass. It rolled 7 + 1, so that's an 8.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright. Your next attack on this thing is with advantage. As you have this
Okay.
thing pinned to the wall.
All right. And what are the? I'm not going to write out the whole thing for the silver dagger right now, but what would be the stats?
Alright. It is a silvered short sword. So that means if this thing has magic resistance of any kind, it's like if it's like resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, slashing, or anything like that, you ignore that. It's just a d6 piercing. It counts as a finesse light weapon. Actually,
Okay.
I can drag it directly into your stat if I do this. So let me just bring up your stuff, open up your thing, and grab that, drop it in,
Thank you.
and I will silvered. There we go. So you can use either strength or dexterity since it's a finesse weapon. That hits.
She is going for like the mouth, in order to try and drive it straight through the upper palate into the brain.
Okay. This is silvered. Doesn't do any additional damage. Yeah. You slice directly into this thing's gaping maw as its tongue just lashes around. But as it touches the silver on the short sword, it almost burns it in a way. As this thing looks... It's still alive and kicking, but both the ghouls on this side of the battle are looking pretty bad.
Okay.
However, it is now the other's ghoul's turn, starting with the one that is restrained. So, if I remember correctly, Earthen Grasp.
The one, which one is restrained?
Over here.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
break out.
I didn't see.
Just something on her to break out between. Okay, so it's not going to take any additional damage until you decide to, it's until your turn starts, Pepper. So it's going to try and make its way out. It fails, because it has shit strength, as it just helplessly flails inside the skeletal hand. And that's its turn. Starting at the other one's turn, the one that's inside the blender, go ahead and roll
44.
44.
44, 9 damage.
Yeah.
As this thing is slashed up to shit by your cloud of shadow daggers. This thing, not being very smart, is going to continue attack. It's going to try and claw at Beloved.
I'm in the puddle.
What is your AC?
Just a sec. 15.
Okay, that misses, just barely.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Beloved is currently occupied with killing the ghoul right in front of her, so she just extends her leg and mildly kicks this thing back when it approaches her.
Alright.
No.
So this thing is going to stay inside the cloud of daggers, because it's stupid. It seriously has a -2 to intelligence. And yeah. This other one, the last one, is going to approach. So go ahead and roll another 4d4.
44, hooray, damage.
It takes that 8. It's going to... I'll say that its allies can move through friendly spaces, so can enemies. It's going to make a claw attack at you, Beloved, since you're the only one in range.
Right. That's what we're doing.
And fails miserably. As right now, Beloved, you're currently, killing one ghoul, and with your other, with one leg, you're just straight up Chung-Leeing it right now. As you're kicking these two ghouls into the cloud of daggers over and over again. Jamming your high heel into one of their eyes as they recoil backwards.
I'm so honored to be the tank of this group. It's so fulfilling.
Alright. It is now top of the order list. That ghoul that managed to swipe at you first is going to... Its mouth is currently being held open by your sword, so it's not going to it's not going to be able to bite you. So it's going to make another claw attack.
Okay.
It's prone right now, so it's with disadvantage.
Okay.
And misses as it begins to flail wildly with a 12.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper, it's now your turn. I do believe that you can continue to use your Earthen Grasp as an action to continue to squeeze the life out of that one ghoul and move it to a new target if it dies.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stare very intensely at its agonizing face as I crush it.
All right, roll your damage.
All right, 2d6. There we go.
All right. This thing was dead. It had 2 hit points left.
Oh,
Even if you rolled double ones, it'd be dead. You just hear a pop as this thing's head goes splattering to the ground. Alright, as a continued action, you can target a new thing for your grasp to target.
well, seems I cured him. And move on. Dude, this guy.
Alrighty.
She's got.
Alright. Oh, my dice tray.
No.
My begonias.
Alright, it's going to make a strength saving throw with disadvantage because it's already prone. That was a 18 and a 12, so it fails. Go ahead and roll another 2d6.
Squeeze.
Alright, that's enough. After squeezing the life out of one ghoul, it reaches over to this other one that's pinned to the floor. It phases into the walls, and you only see like 2 little fingers pop out and begin to squeeze the skull.
Oh, this is very stress relieving.
Alrighty. That ghoul is dead. It is now Johnny's turn.
Yes. I mean, I don't really have much I can do, I don't think. I'll just keep whipping out vicious mockeries on someone.
You can also whip him.
With what?
Your whip.
I don't have a whip.
The Grick tentacle can act as a whip.
Oh. Nah, I'm just gonna talk shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, whichever one you
Okay.
targeted, it failed, so that's 1 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack.
Why did
Right.
you hit him?
That's all I got.
Okay. That's okay. Your blade barrier is absolutely demolishing him right now. That was a
Yeah.
good move.
Alright. It's now Burn. It's now your turn.
Against that one.
Alright. You still have 2 other missiles.
Oh shit, it's not programmed right. Alright, so. Yeah, that wasn't programmed right, so it'd be. Shit, what would it be?
3d4.
3d4? I mean, I'm only casting at level 1.
Yeah, just do it like 2 more times, because each one has a +1 to it.
So 2d4 plus 2 then? If I'm just casting at level 1, it's only 3 missiles, right?
Yes.
Cool, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure. I thought this was programmed right. I just did the drag and drop thing.
Right.
So,
Are they all on the same target?
yeah, on this guy.
Alright. That's going to be 5 plus 8. That's going to be 13 points of damage, which is just enough to
Best
get
spell in the game.
this one is dead. As 3 arcane bullets just whiz past you guys and proceed to put a hole into this last ghoul. Beloved, you have but 1 target remains.
Okay. I'm gonna say that she's going to take advantage of the extra space that she has in order to make a mace attack.
That hits. Roll damage. 7. And you still have 1 more attack.
Oh, right.
Barbarians.
I'm gonna say that she's going to try and use the silvered knife to do a coup de grace.
Unfortunately, that 11 does not hit.
Okay.
As you go into slice with the silver short sword, this thing ducks out of the way, feeling the burning sensation of silver on its way. But with that, it's now its turn. And immediately, it's still in the dagger, so roll 4d4.
13 damage.
It's dead. Before this thing could
Almost
even reach
clean
out...
sweep.
Yeah. Before this thing could even, like, reach out to grab Beloved one more time, just all the daggers turn and skewer this thing like an Iron Maiden. As it falls to the floor.
Wow.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, seems like we really cleansed this area.
I'm not gonna lie, that the Cloud of Daggers is
Yeah.
a lot more powerful than I thought.
It's situational, where it's like, you know, tight
If we were
quarters.
in like an open area, it wouldn't be nearly as good.
Yeah.
Because it would be just walk away.
Unless you're very powerful and cast 8 clouds of daggers on all the spaces surrounding you, then nothing can touch you.
Yeah, but then you can't move.
That's alright if you're like a wizard.
Yeah, good thing we had this close quarters combat.
Alrighty. The ghouls taken care of. They only have the bare minimum stuff on themselves. A black robe. And not much else.
So, were they the ones chanting?
You still hear the chanting. It's further down. You hear it from your location. The closest chant is coming from the technical north, but it's over here.
Can we tell what language it is?
You can't really distinguish the language that's being spoken, or the words that are being said.
I'm gonna say that Beloved rips the cloaks off the corpses and then passes them to the others to, like, don as disguises.
Cloak over my cloak.
Oh, exception. I was already wearing a cloak too, kinda.
Yeah, I'll be right there, guys.
It is no one's disguise is fooling anyone.
Don't go off without us.
Remember, the ghouls have a -2 to intelligence.
This is true. That's
Okay.
according to ours.
If they see you, tell them they didn't, they'll probably believe you.
Alright. As you enter in this area, this is area 3. You seem to be entering what looks more and more official area. Looks potentially an area of more importance. A simple dining area. There is a door over here and a hallway that leads over here.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. As you continue onward, with that in mind, where do you go?
I was gonna go look over here.
Okay.
Beloved's gonna check out the door.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
We'll start with Johnny real fast. As you look over to this area, let's see. This room is festooned. This place is filled to the brim with moldy skeletons that hang from rusty sickles against the walls. A wide alcove in the south wall contains a painted wooden statue carved with a likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a voluptuous black cloak. His pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right, he holds a smoky gray crystal orb.
like an actual one, or is it like a painted depiction of it?
It's an actual crystal orb from what you see.
Ooh. That sounds...
You see a hallway to the, over on this end. Seem to move over here.
I'll examine one of the skeletons, see if there's something interesting going on with them, because that's a lot of bodies.
Before you continue, beloved.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you just put yourself over there. Real fast, I'll just say, Johnny, even simple thing, they're skeletons. They're real skeletons, but they're just skeletons chained to the wall. More than likely, from what you can see on them, possibly other adventurers, like yourselves.
Oh, what?
Alright, the first time seeing this kind of thing.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the door, beloved, you reach for the door and you try to open it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What?
Ready to roll.
You go grab onto the door, and your hand sticks as you look up, and you suddenly realize that this door has eyes.
Oh boy.
It is a mimic, and you are currently trapped in its trap, and it's going to make a sneak attack on you.
Okay. My AC is still 15.
Funny that you're the one who gets trapped with the mimic door.
Yeah, kinda.
Yep.
Or is the mimic drawer stuck with her?
We'll see in just a minute. I really should have, like, these pages, like, note clipped or something.
Pick some
Yeah.
post-its.
Post-its. Mind flare. Ah, here we are, mimics. It's going to make a It's going to make a bite attack at you since you're in its grasp.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Wonderful.
It only gets one attack. Gonna roll severity. High severity.
This is the most incompetent haunted house I've ever seen.
I swear. My
Everyone
dice.
just keeps rolling awful.
Victor, you're more right than you realize.
Well, I mean, they're out of practice. It's been decades since anyone's been down here.
That's true. That is true. Let's see. What am I gonna do with this mimic door as it fails miserably to try and bite you?
In its excitement, it like bends down to like bite her and like snaps its door body in half. It's like, oh shit.
You could say that she's holding one of her weapons, and as it bites down, it accidentally impales itself on that.
Okay. As this thing's like actual mouth begins to close to chomp down on your arm, you just pull backwards on the door handle, and this thing bites into its own door handle.
Its own door flesh.
It's old and senile. It's more like dentures than it is teeth.
Alright, it's gonna
Okay,
take
so-
its bite attack damage. That's 7 piercing damage, and is it resistant to acid? It is immune to acid, so it's not going to take any its acid damage. But with that, roll for initiative once more.
Just the two of them, or?
I'll say that everyone can roll, as you all hear
hear
the
the
commotion
commotion.
going on, as you hear a massive
Yeah.
crunch, and some like weird gurgling shouting from some sort of monster.
I'm on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
You do hear it from that side, as you see the back end of what is now clearly a mimic, writhing and shaking.
Does it have a little butt? Has he seen the backside of it?
It does.
It's just like carved into it.
Oh, good. Not only can you do a sneak attack, but you got a 20 on your initiative.
Dr. Pepper, you want to roll initiative?
one way to think of it. Why not? Da, 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 da.
Nice. Oh, we have the same decks.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'll say that you go later since you're not exactly in this combat.
This is true,
Yeah, my sneak attack will be going down the stairs.
Don't go without us.
I can't hear you.
Oh my god.
All right, Johnny, what is your move?
Well, I am behind the thing. Let me take a peek and see what I got. If anything I got will help. I don't have any actually good damaging things for this situation, so...
Whip its butt.
Oh wow, I actually have more damage with my dagger than my sickle, so...
You are flanking, so that's a +2, which just meets its armor class.
Alright.
Nice.
So
I stab, so damage.
you stab at the cheeks. So roll damage.
A 7.
Let me make sure to 8. That's plus the stab. Okay. You stab at its backside, and you hear another wail of pain as this thing begins to writhe as it's doing its best to unbite its tongue, essentially. With that being in mind, it is now the Mimic's turn.
Okay.
It's going to... Let's see. Well, you currently have it... You're still in its grasp. So it's going to keep attacking Beloved.
Okay.
With another bite attack. That's +5 to hit. That's a 14. God.
Oh my god!
You're...
Mimic is just standing there watching this mimic.
It has advantage, too! I rolled a
Oh,
2 and a
boy.
7.
He hasn't even done anything
To
yet.
attack it. You just kind of feel bad for it at this point. It's like...
Is this like mimic actually just like elderly and senile?
Well, it's-
They can actually live for a very long time without without meals or whatever, so it's probably just average.
yeah,
Aw.
you continue to hold what's effectively its tongue out farther than its teeth can reach you. So it can't bite down without biting its tongue again. That is the Mimic's turn. Burn, it's now your turn.
Comes over this way, like, huh. So, is the mimic tall enough to where like I could hit it with a spell without hitting her?
Yes.
Cool. We will make it fire damage.
Okay.
So,
Let's see. It's a DC 16, or is it an actual melee or
do a
range
spell
attack?
I have to do a spell attack, yeah.
Alright. That
Definitely
hits. Roll your damage. Ugh. 16.
At this rate, you guys are gonna kill it before Beloved even gets a chance to react.
Don't worry.
Well, this thing's a lot more hardier than the ghouls, that's for certain.
That's
Okay.
a door.
I would hope so.
It's made of sturdy wood.
That's been down here rotting for decades.
Alright, Pepper. What do you plan to do? You hear commotion coming from back there.
Oh, I'll find a sneaky way around it from behind. Or something. He walks down the stairs. Do 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 do.
Okay. Alright.
He's dead. Ow.
It's okay. Dr. Peppers has Wyatt luck. He'll be fine.
All right. With your movement, you can continue forward until eventually you reach the. Let's see, where does this go to? Gotta check the map.
I'm wearing the clothes, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. It appears. The next spot is to the south end of the map. You managed to get to here.
Yeah, I'm gonna widen the map. Get to. Ah, there. I see. Here we go.
Alright. And that's all your movement that you have.
All right.
Alright.
That Mr. Burns guy get more goodies than me.
Beloved, it's now your turn.
Okay. Beloved is staring very unimpressed at this creature, which has managed to hurt itself before hurting her. So she's gonna go ahead and pull out the knife, and I'm gonna say that she's aiming for its eyes.
Alrighty. You have flanking, so.
Alright, so I'm gonna make 2 attacks with the silvered short sword.
That hits, and that hits.
Yep.
Alright, that's a grand total of 11. It's starting to look not so good for the mimic.
Okay.
It's like crying.
No, those are just the eye juices escaping the wounds that Beloved has just inflicted.
Yeah, no, it's just acid is starting to pour out everywhere.
It's like sap, but acid.
Alright, and just gonna start the round. Okay. Top of the order list. Johnny.
Done it. Hit it again.
Yeah, that's kind of all I can do right now. Stab him again.
Unfortunately, even with the +2, that's an 11, and you go to stab, and unfortunately, this part is actually part door and not mimic. You just like, I stab at thee, and you hear a ka-chunk. Wait, what the hell?
Oh.
Should have aimed for the butt again. Anything
Oh.
else?
Nah.
Okay. Burn, you're getting ready to cast another spell, but then you hear something from behind you.
Shit. Yes.
As racing out. Just make their tokens ready.
Oh boy. Oh. That was John, don't worry.
2 more ghouls, a little bit better dressed than the other ones, race out of the room and are going. One of them has enough movement speed to actually get into actual fighting range with you.
God damn it.
As they are going to make a claw attack at you.
Okay.
That is 15.
Yep.
Do you have shield or anything?
No.
Okay. School attack is 2d4 plus 2. Oh my god. You take 4 slashing damage. Oh, wait. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't matter. Now I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You pass. You grip at the cut mark that this thing slashed at you, and for a brief moment you're like, "Oh shit!" As for a brief moment, your own magic begins to meld in with your body as you shake off the effect that probably would have done some bad to you.
I'm well aware.
Alright, Burn, now it's your turn.
Well, look at this guy who stabbed me, and I'm like, and do this at level 3. So I'll roll all the damage here in a moment. So at level 3, it'd be how many missiles?
Should be 5.
5. So 5d4 plus 5.
17.
Dang.
Pew.
Alright, this thing's looking pretty bad. As you litter it with holes.
Can I move around the table, or would that be attack of opportunity?
So long as you're not leaving its attack range, that it shouldn't.
I mean, pretty much move over here, so it would probably.
Probably, yeah.
Did I use my move action? No, that'd be an action to like throw the chair at it or something. Okay. Yeah. Actually, if I can move here or something.
You'll still technically be in. If you move there, you'll still be in range of it. But at the very least, that area is now open up for people to move around.
Okay, cool.
Alright. Dr. Pepper, where are you going?
Oh, well, I guess I'll go back up the stairs or further into the abyss.
Okay.
Just gonna go my head out.
So you, go further in. You're able to see what looks like a very large area with a lot of cubbies. As I read off the description for this area. I'm flipping through so many books.
All right.
Really?
This is the DM experience.
I'm so used to just memorizing everything. I have to check all the
No.
time.
No, you're having the true experience now.
Alright. Alright, this chamber. You quickly this. You can hear the chant as clear as it is now. Over and over again. In common, you are hearing. He is the ancient. He is the land. And that is chanted over and over again as you enter this area. It seems to be coming from this doorway over here.
This one?
Yes.
Yes.
Along the wall, there's just a bunch of random, like, useless junk. A lot of it, from just your general perception, seems ritualistic, but ultimately probably either used up or useless.
It's a cult of posers, essentially.
Oh man. Charles, in my professional opinion, I gotta say, I think these are a bunch of nuttabutters.
You just hear squeak squeak.
Oh, good point. Good point. Keep an open mind. But, I mean, look at this. I can't even steal this for my own sake. It's
Yeah,
just
a lot of
junk.
this is just useless junk. Like, there's a bag full of bat guano.
Bat one.
Cat poop.
Some weird-looking carving knives, just severed limbs, like hands, mummified, small little mummified things. Like, a lot of this, you can tell right off the bat, is just junk.
Yeah.
But for the sake of combat right now, that will be the end of your turn.
Okay, yeah. As someone that, makes a few concoctions himself for a tasty beverage, this is kind of well out there.
Okay. It is now Beloved's turn.
Okay. She is going to attempt to hack at the door handle that's holding her, in order to free herself so she can go and protect Burn.
Alrighty. You can try and pry yourself out of its adhesive tongue with a athletics, or you can just
bring it,
kill it.
Just bring it with you, or just bring it with you.
All right,
Exactly.
both hit and roll damage.
For the second one, right?
Nope, because you're flanking.
Oh, right.
All right. That is just enough to kill it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. That's all the hit points it had. As you slice away with your short sword, just acid melting away what used to be a door. As you are now free of its grasp. You have a mimic pseudopod still attached to your tongue, but with a quick little yank, your hand is now free.
Okay. She's gonna keep the pseudopod, and I'm going to use to head over here in an attempt to distract the ghoul from
You can
Burn.
just shove me to the side or something.
Unfortunately, that will take an action.
Oh, that's a good point. Instead, I'm going to use okay, I've used both my attacks. Can I use my strength to just grab him by the scruff and toss him back towards Johnny?
Unfortunately, that would count as a shove action, and
Oh.
you don't really have a feat. There are feats that let you force movement, but unfortunately as a bonus action, but unfortunately I don't believe you have one.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'll end my turn here.
Alrighty. It's all about positioning. So, these things are stupid, and they are going to attack the closest object, so... Johnny, it's now your turn. The door in front of you melts, and you see two ghouls accosting your allies.
Ah, shit, more of them. I'll just 20, 25, and stabs.
Alright, let's see. That with an ally nearby, you have the flank, so that hits with the dagger.
6.
Okay. Alrighty. You slash away at this thing, doing 6 piercing damage. As this one seems a little bit more resilient than the other ghouls. In fact, this thing seems a little bit more powerful. And it reeks. Starts its turn. Alrighty. In fact, you're starting to, not want to be near this thing. As all of you begin to smell this horrid, rancid stench as these two potentially cult leaders seem to have made their way into this room. Alright. But with that in mind, it is now their turn. The one that's taken the most damage is gonna roll a d4. See who it's targeting. It is going to target Johnny, since you just hit it. And that is 10 plus 5. That's a 15 to hit.
14. I have armor class 14. That hits, probably.
Okay. It's going to hit you with a claw attack. So that's... Oof. You take a whopping 12 slashing. This thing rears back its claw and barrels its hand into your armor. And I need you to roll a con save.
Save.
Alright, you're good. Like, being touched by this thing feels gross.
Ew.
That is for certain. And then it's its turn. Second one is going to make it over here. And it's going to make an attack at Beloved. And miss terribly, as it rolled a 9. However, the stench just gets worse and worse as you guys all begin to feel really sick being near this thing. Burn. On the start of your turn, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
You pass.
Nice.
Alright, you hold your breath, and at some point you're starting to get a little bit used to the stank. You no longer have to roll this con save for 24 hours.
Nice.
So what do you do on your turn?
So one of these guys look real hurt, right? Like about to fall over.
The one in front of you, yes.
Cool. I will cast Magic Missile again at 2nd level. Wait, does that actually change the missiles any? It's every 2 levels above.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for each
Every level
above,
higher,
yeah.
you add an extra bolt, essentially. So, level 2, you have 4
Cool.
missiles.
So I'll have one go to the hurt one, and then the rest go to the other one. So, 3, 4, plus 1 for the hurt one. And 3 for the other one.
Alrighty. The one that's hurt looks like it's ready to fall over, but it still stands. As the other one takes that meaty chunk of damage. Best spell in the game.
Listen, this spell has like saved my ass so many times at 3.5. I will make sure it happens at 5e too.
I mean, they can't dodge it. So.
Exactly.
Guaranteed damage is always better.
Exactly.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I'll do for now.
Now, Dr. Pepper. You no longer hear the combat upstairs, but what do you do now?
Well, tap my foot on the ground. Nothing's exploding, right? Right?
Nope. You don't see any traps that you're aware of.
All right. Then
Or
I'm
any
gonna-
enemies nearby that you're aware of. As you are alone.
Well, being alone means no one can take any treasure.
But you're not alone. You got little Charles with you. Squeak, squeak.
Right. Charles knows what's up. He's a big lad. Listen to my stories about the medical wars. Which, outside game, is just other brands that are knockoffs of Dr. Pepper. Like,
Dr. Thunder?
Mr. Pibb. That snake
Dr.
oil
Perk.
salesman calls himself a doctor. He wishes he was a doctor.
Dr. Perky, more like Dr. Full of Dookie.
And then there's these actual coke drug dealers trying to sell that crap as actual medicine. Sure, it makes you feel better, but it's super addictive. So sugary. It'll melt your insides, I say.
Not a good way.
I love that you get me. You really get me.
I
I've
like
watched.
to think that your medicine does the exact same stuff as that, but it's yours, so it works correctly.
Yes, they weren't doing it right.
I swear, I've seen them use that to remove rust on like other chains. That can't be good for you.
You need that rust.
That's some good, hearty, bone-strengthening rust.
All of this works because it's just sugar pills. It's just sugar pills going off of the
Placebo effect.
Exactly.
Anyway, Dr. Pepper, what are you doing?
I'm looking around the corner over here. Just poking my head down.
It is a hallway.
Poke my head down here.
Alright, as you poke around, you look inside, and you see a prison. Rusty shackles lining each cell wall, but no bodies. A lot of what looks like dried blood splattering everywhere. But it would appear that most of the actual prisoners have been long gone for quite some time.
Wonder what happened to them.
Unfortunately, that is all your movement.
I mean, that's plenty for me.
Anyway, Beloved, roll me a con save at the start of your turn.
Okay. Even if we do get afflicted, it's fine. You have a doctor.
Alright, you pass. This thing reeks, like, to high heavens. But you get used to it on account of the fact that you yourself have not bathed in what probably is months now.
I choose not to comment.
I mean, you're literally been walking around in your husband's blood for a while.
I choose not to comment.
Anyway, you're not affected by the stench effect for 24 hours.
Awesome.
You now have your turn.
Okay. She's going to attack the one in front of her first.
That hits. It's dead. As with a massive swing, you bash this thing's head through its black cloak and into its chest cavity as it falls over dead.
Awesome. She is going to whirl around and immediately attack the other one with the short sword.
Natural 20.
Nice. I'd move forward a little bit too.
Okay. If this was a lesser ghoul, it would be dead by now. As you cut clean into its throat, but its spinal cord is still connected. As black ichor just drips to the floor. This thing refusing to die. As it hisses at the lot of you.
Alright.
Bitch.
Alright. It is now Johnny's turn. Since you are not within the range, you don't need to roll the con save.
I'm gonna zoop up here. And let's drop a vicious mockery.
You ain't shit. You smell like it though.
It fails, and I do believe you should be rolling one more d4 because you're level 5.
Yeah.
Should I? Let me double check. I don't think, because it's a cantrip.
We'll show the description. That's how cantrips work, is that they go up with level.
No, that's not the description. There it is.
Nope, it is just
Succeed
one
on a-
d4.
Or take 1d4. Yeah, you're less doing it for damage and more for the disadvantage thing, so it's the 3 psychic damage.
Huh, get a sword.
And it has disadvantage.
A lot of cantrips do work like that. That's probably what you thought it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Huh, well, I'll be a son of a bitch. All right. Takes that extra damage, and is now at disadvantage on his next attack. It is now its turn, and I'm gonna roll a D4 to decide who it attacks. It's gonna go for Johnny. It has a disadvantage on this attack. That's a 19 on the first one, and a 3 on the second one.
Hooray!
It goes in for a bite attack, but its jaw is currently slack. It just splatters some gunk onto your cloak at best, and that is its turn.
Nice.
All right. It is now Burn's turn.
Burn. There it is. What's enough good spells? Let's just do that one.
That just hits.
Nice.
All right. You aim for its open wounds as you watch the ice, like the frost, begin to form in its blood. As spikes of ice begin to course through its veins. As this cold walking corpse begins to get even colder.
And I'm gonna whoop over here. So I can get some cover. Is this good or should I be right here?
That's fine.
Alright. Nope.
Alright, Dr. Pepper. You're in a prison. With what you can see, there is indeed a corpse here.
Ooh.
Don't drop the soap.
Wait, where's the corpse?
I put it down a token.
Thank you. Just gonna hop on over and poke him for a little elimination.
Alright. It is a skeleton in black robes. It's very much dead and can't really talk, as it's been left here for quite some time. From just generally looking over it, you see that it has a gold ring on one finger.
I'll just borrow that.
Alright.
Can't believe it has no rings.
It has only that one gold ring, and that's all.
Yeah.
You have the treasure all to yourself.
Whoa.
And of course, Charles.
Yes, of course, Charles. Yeah. Oh, actually, put the ring in my. I take out Charles, and I put the ring on him like a belt.
Squeezes through.
Now he is cursed to carry the ring to Mountain Doom.
Oh,
I'm glad you said it.
Nice.
I'm glad you said it because I was just thinking, yeah, it worked out so well the last time someone else went off on their own and found the ring.
Alright, that's your turn. Beloved, you have a would-be corpse that needs to be a actual corpse.
Okay. She's going to make a mace attack. Okay.
That hits. That's 4. Alright. Looking a little shabby, but it's still kicking.
Alright. Nope.
Unfortunately, that one does not hit.
Okay.
It's at this point she's flailing like rapidly, doing anything that she can to either hit something or take something down with her.
Okay.
Johnny, You're within range, so make me a con save.
Con save. Let me. Con save.
That's a failure. You, after getting close in with this bitch, you take a big whiff, and you're like, oh god, no! As you begin coughing, you are considered poisoned.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Until the start. So you're poisoned to the start of your next turn,
So, one turn.
as basically you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh.
I mean, I'll just step back then.
Alright, it's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Oh no. Wait, is it... Has its turn passed? I think it has. Yeah, never mind.
It had disadvantage on that attack towards you, which it failed. And its bite attack is a 15.
My thing is a 14, so...
Alright. This is going to be 2d8 plus 3 piercing damage. Oh. Oh, fuck off.
Wow.
What is
Die
it?
Hard dice. I love these draconic dice, but come on. You take
Great.
5
you get
piercing
the first
damage as it bites into you. It bites your butt on your way out.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna... Cast Healing Word at level 2. On myself.
Alright.
Okay.
You heal for 9 points.
Right. Alright, that is my turn.
Like you back away as this thing takes a nip out of you, and you try to heal yourself as best you can. Burn. It's now your turn.
Fun. How's this guy looking? He's still standing?
She's still standing, but she's looking pretty close to death's door.
Alright. Pew.
That hits.
And... boop. Oh, let's get the... that 20 over there, so...
Regardless, that 7 is exactly what you need.
Nice.
As you shoot forth an icicle, and like a Mei in Overwatch, icicle directly to the forehead.
Yep.
You hear the little elimination sound effect go off.
Bink.
Nice.
She falls over dead.
Okay. Is that the end of combat for now?
That is the end of combat.
Okay. Beloved is going to cover her face as best she can so she doesn't smell them, then grab both the corpses and drag them to the family crypt.
Okay.
Can we look at the... You said one looked a bit better and more like a leader, you said?
They both had these much more refined, ceremonious robes.
Oh, damn it. Can we loot them first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not me,
Sure.
'cause I can't stand the smell to get close enough, so...
I mean, they both reek, but at this point, they're easy enough. They're within... You effectively can do what you can to loot them. They don't really have
Okay.
much more than the black robes on them, and a single gold circlet for both of their heads.
Okay.
However,
Beloved doesn't want the circlets, so she gives one to each of the other two.
Cool.
So you'll now have a gold circlet each.
Oh, did we interrupt them during their fun times over here?
you actually see 2 holes kind of erupting out from the walls.
So, no.
So, technically not. You get the feeling that they heard the ruckus, and well, they acted.
All right. So, Beloved is just going to assume that the male corpse is this dude, and the female corpse is this lady.
Okay.
And well, she's tempted to, just chuck them in there. She will try and be respectful and put their corpses into the coffins, though she doesn't feel bad that she's putting.
Put them in the
what
grave
was her-
yourself.
Yeah.
You already have inspiration. So
That's fine.
I will allow you to pass that inspiration on to another player of your choice.
Okay. Let's see. Victor, you were the one who suffered the most in this, I think, so you have inspiration now.
Oh, okay.
So you now have a free reroll whenever you need to use it. Any d20.
Okay.
All right. Let's search the room, see if there's anything useful. Keys, treasure.
Meanwhile, while Dr. Pepper is currently looking through an emptied prison, you guys managed to find some decent stuff.
That's even more hilarious because he left because he wanted to get some stuff for himself. But if he had stayed with everyone, he would have got more.
Okay.
Life lessons.
Within the footlocker that you guys check, there is a folded cloak of protection,
Right.
a small wooden coffer that is unlocked, contains 4 potions of healing, a chain shirt, which counts as chainmail, a mess kit, which is, for cooking,
Okay. Cooking set.
a flask of alchemist fire, a bullseye lantern,
I have one of those.
a set of thieves' tools,
Ooh.
Nice.
and a
That's sweet.
spell book with a yellow leather cover containing the following wizard spells.
Yay.
At first level, it has Disguise Self, Identify, Mage Armor,
Yes.
Magic Missile, Protection from Evil and Good. Second level, it has Dark Vision, Hold Person, Invisibility, and Magic Weapon.
Yoink. Can I see whose name it was? Oh, we'll divvy it first. Hold on.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, these are items that have been taken by adventurers that have wandered into this place.
Oh.
So, I want the cloak of protection and the spellbook, obviously, if you don't mind.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Squishy Wizard needs the extra AC.
What does the cloak of protection give me, real quick, just while we're doing it?
Okay, let me, it doesn't actually give me their actual stats, so let me,
Oh, sorry.
Cloak of Protection. Alright, Cloak of Protection. It gives you... It's a wondrous item that you can just have on you. It does not count as armor. It does require attunement, however. And it will give you +1 to your AC and saving throws.
Nice. 14, and I don't really know how to add this to the saving throws.
Hang on. Let me, I know a way of getting this. Let me, get your chat open.
To dig into the programming.
Cloak of Protection. Drag it into your equipment.
I already got it down in there.
Well, what I did was I took it from the the compendium and then added it in. So I believe it should automatically add.
It
Let's
did
see.
to the intelligence and the wisdom save, yeah, and everything.
Okay, so yeah, it should be fully programmed like that.
Well, I had
Did-
to add the armor class manually, but that's fine.
Okay,
See, I have 14 AC now.
alrighty.
Excellent. That's really good for a spellcaster.
Exactly. And so you said before Wyatt's character is a wizard too, right?
Yes.
So good news is I actually have a lot of these spells, so he can have those that I already have. So yay.
And you can add it to his own spellbook.
Yeah. But we'll, do that later.
Reunite with them.
But we'll do that later because I know it takes time to actually add spells.
Yeah. Right.
Alright, so
Can I assume that we're all divvying up the health potions one each?
sounds good to me.
Alright. Everyone,
Health potion.
add 1 health potion. Just a standard, so it's 2d4 plus 4.
Nice. Alright. We have the chain shirt. I forget who can actually. Obviously, me and Pepper can't wear that, so would either of you two want it? Because it's a light armor, right?
It is actually considered chainmail is considered medium, I think.
Beloved can't use it then. Barbarians can't use heavy armor.
Yeah. I don't think Ari has any armor, actually.
Barbarians don't really need armor because
And they can wear light, I think.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Can
Bards
Beloved have
wear
the
this?
mess-
Sorry, what was that, Reed?
Sorry.
Can Beloved have the mess kit?
Sure.
Go ahead.
What is that exactly? Like,
It's
I'm gonna say
tools.
that she's proficient.
It's like cooking tools.
Yeah, I know, but what attribute would that be?
Intelligence, because
Okay.
you're cooking with it, and you need to know
Okay.
what you're cooking. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. A chain shirt is medium armor with a flat AC of
Yeah.
13.
And bards wear medium armor? I doubt it, but
Depends on the bard.
no. We'll just leave that one for now. Does anyone want alchemist fire? Oh, we can give that to Pepper. He probably needs some stuff. I already have a bullseye lantern, so I don't need that.
Beloved will take it.
Alright.
By the way, Victor, you're allowed to like speak up if you want something.
Nah, it's fine.
I
Okay.
think you'd probably be good with the thieves' tools, though, right?
Their decks or
I
Yep.
believe they are. Yep.
sure, I'll take them.
Jack of all
Alright.
trade basically gives you a better use out of them regardless, so.
Nice. So, for now, we just have a chain shirt. We'll probably give to maybe someone later. And a flask of alchemist fire we'll give to Pepper. Sound good?
Yep. Don't forget that eventually we're going to meet up with mysterious ally that Madame
Yeah.
Ava talked about, and they might need something.
Exactly. So yeah, let's find that crazy bird.
Okay.
Did anyone see which way you went?
I mean, there's really only one way that he can go.
In character, pretty much.
Yeah, for brevity's sake and because of timing restraints, I will say that you guys meet down. You eventually continue forward, following the stairs downward, as you meet down into the... I forgot the name of it.
Crypt? Prison?
Locker room?
What do I call this? The reliquary, as
Oh.
all of you see the discarded cult equipment in this area.
Okay. I know that there's nothing useful here, but Beloved's still going to look around to see if there's anything she just like wants.
All right.
because-
So, reading down the list, there is a small, mummified yellow hand with sharp claws. It appears to be a goblin's hand.
Okay.
On a loop of rope.
Okay.
a knife carved from a human bone,
Okay.
a dagger with a rat skull set as the polum, an 8-inch diameter varnished orb made from a Nothic's eye.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I actually.
How to
Oh, I
spell
almost
that.
forgot.
Mhm.
Since combat started, we kind of forgot about it. Was there anything that you wanted to do while in the this room with the statue?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to get the orb?
Yeah. I was gonna go get
Alright, go
the
ahead.
orb.
The orb of power.
All right. Well.
Whatever this ominous orb is.
All right.
Beloved's going to go with Johnny just in case something weird happens.
All right. Well, so while I still have the list, I'm gonna read it off. An aspergillium carved from bone, a folded cloak made from stitched ghoul skin, a discarded frog lashed to a stick, looks kind of like a wand, a bag full of bat guano, a hag's severed finger, a 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a mummy. Its arms are crossed across its chest. An iron pendant adorned with a devil's face. A shrunken, shriveled head of a halfling. A small wooden coffer containing a dire wolf's withered tongue.
Alright.
Is that it?
And that's all the stuff that's within the reliquary.
Gray, you told me there was nothing useful there and that it was junk, you liar.
It is junk.
That's awesome stuff. What are you talking about?
There is literally
Okay.
nothing you can do with half that stuff.
Excuse me? Don't
So,
assume things about me. You don't know me.
I think I got most of it, so you can look at the list later if you want to get something.
Alright, you can. I'll send you a picture of all the items that you've like squandered and picked up as you hoarded it into your inventory. But in the meantime, you guys are getting the orb, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Give me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I get to add half my proficiency, so this is like a +1 in addition to whatever. So it's a 10.
Okay. As you pick up the orb, you notice that you hear whispering, apart from the chanting that's coming from downstairs. More whispers begin to creep up, and for a brief moment, you feel something a little bit betrayed as the shadows themselves begin to take form. As 5 shadows erupt from the floor.
Dang it, we just ended combat.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna come out of the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, just as an aside, Beloved took the severed goblin's hand, and she's using it to hold the rings that she picked up earlier.
Nice.
A good use of the hand.
Thank you.
Regardless, go ahead and roll initiative for those in, for everybody now again.
I just start coming out of the dungeon. It's like, oh, Mr. Vayx.
Bio.
Mr. Vile. It's so good to see you. I was hearing so much outcry for help, and
Yeah.
it turned out all of the patients were dead already.
He just blinks at with his one eye. Here. He tosses the alchemist fire for him.
Oh, so kind of you. Well, you know what? And here. He tosses him a sack of fingers.
What?
He looks at it and then just places it gently in one of the reliquary spots.
All right.
Anyways. And we probably hear a commotion upstairs. Like, well, time to go help again. You know, like you should have last time.
Well, excuse me for wanting to take charge and make sure there weren't any sneakers over here.
Link.
I can never tell if you're winking at me.
Where?
Sir, this is no time to be flirtatious.
Just get upstairs.
Okay, it's top of the order list. These shadows need to roll initiative as well, as they get to pull themselves from out of their hiding spots. Okay. First shadow is going to make an attack at you, Johnny, since you're the one who got the orb. It's going to... It's going to make a strength drain attack.
Oh no, my strength. I use that in all my abilities.
Just a fair warning, if your strength hits 0, you die.
I have 15 strength, it's fine.
That is a miss. Because I know your AC. As this thing goes in for a swipe, but you nimbly duck out of the way. And thankfully, it only has 1 attack. It is now your turn, Johnny.
Let's see. So aiming at like here. Hold on. Here. I'm going to cast Scatter.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast it at, because the only level 3 spell I have isn't very useful. I'm gonna cast it at level 3.
That's plus.
4d8.
Go ahead and
my
roll.
saving thing is 15. 3d8.
18. As that thunderous sound echoes throughout this place, you notice that they take the damage as their forms are slightly distorted. But you realize they don't really have a solid form. They seem resistant to the damage.
Not helpful. And that is... well, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Dr. Pepper, with the dash action, I will say you'll be able to make it to this room.
Right here.
But it will be your action to actually get into the area. Instead of,
Wyatt.
What?
Yes? Sorry, I had to type something.
It's alright. If you make the dash action, you can get back into this room.
Alright,
but it will take up your action.
Well, better to wait unless... Do I need to... Yeah, I probably do. Yeah, I'll do the dash action.
Alrighty. Go ahead and place yourself in the top entrance.
Oh.
As you see a multiple shadow creatures assaulting your comrades.
Oh. Oh. Mm. Well, looks like I'm not the crazy one this time, Dad.
What?
Nothing. I just said I'm not the crazy one this time, Dad.
Alrighty. It is now two shadows' turns. Seeing that Dr. Pepper has joined the fray, one of them is going to race over here to give you a little kiss. And this one's going to go and attack Beloved. So that is an 18 on Dr. Pepper and an 18 on Beloved.
Okay.
Damage.
That's to attack, so Dr. Pepper, you are going to be taking 2d6. You are going to be taking 9 necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 2.
Okay, so my strength is down by 2. Strength. Wisdom check. Oh, well. Okay.
Alrighty. As you feel like the life is being sapped out of you by these things. Beloved, you are going to be taking 7 necrotic damage. And your strength score is lowered by 1.
Okay. How do I modify my strength score?
Oh, make sure to keep track of how much you lose.
Right.
But I do believe if you go into the gear, you should be able to. For brevity's sake, if you just select the large number, like in the actual box, you can manually lower the number.
Okay.
Excuse me, it's the number in the circle, not the big number.
Oh, okay.
So just make sure to keep track of how much you lost.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. With that in mind, it is now Burn's turn. Burn.
He'll walk up, he'll dash up too, but with the dash, how Pepper got here, if I go down this way, where would I get to?
I'd say you'd probably get about here.
Cool. Because I'm gonna, pincer whatever's coming in this room, because I know there's another door down here, so.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a door anymore, it's like an opening, but yeah. So, that'll be... yeah, that'll be my turn for now.
Alright. Beloved, it is now your turn.
Okay. Beloved looks around at the shadows and she's like, not quite. She doesn't think that her knife is going to work on them because they're shadows. So instead, she's going to light the bullseye lantern.
Okay. Alright. Where are you pointing it?
That's a good question. I think she's going to point it where it will do the most damage, so towards Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Alright. These things are shadows, and they do not do well with light. The bullseye lantern, I will say that this counts as... Go ahead and roll me 3d8.
Okay.
Nice!
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna, to make things fair, I'll say they need to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. Because it's literally light.
It's the speed of light.
Fail. Critical fail. One of them just straight up evaporates out of existence. The other one looks like it's caught fire and looks like it's ready to die at any given moment.
Awesome.
With your action was to light it, and you pointed it. I mean, for remedy's sake, there's nothing stopping you from just turning the lantern around and hitting everyone, honestly.
Just do a big spin.
A sweep.
Twirl your just around. Be pretty again.
I mean, if you have no problem with that, Gray, I will absolutely do that.
Alright, so I'll roll for all of them. That's a pass. That's a fail. That's a fail. That's a fail. The one that was already hit evaporates as well. And the rest of them are looking pretty bad, except for maybe one of them that managed to avoid getting completely, like, shriveled away.
Did I get rid of my poison?
Oh, yeah, it only lasts for 1 round, so...
'Cause I just noticed that the icon was still there.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to remove that. Anyway, top of the order list, that shadow is dead, so it is now Johnny's turn. There are 3 shadows remaining. They all kind of look a little bad.
I don't know how much it helps. I can stab one. I mean, with a 9, I probably won't, but...
Unfortunately, that 9 does not go.
Yeah.
Alright. It is now Pepper's turn.
Yeah, he came in the room like, I'm here to help this time. Gut punch. Why am I punished for good things? And he's just like, fuck it. And he just tosses the fire alchemist flask.
Oh boy.
Okay. So hitting it this one, correct?
Yeah. But it's a lot of light.
Okay. I need to look at the actual alchemist fire. Alchemist fire. Alright. Must make a dexterity saving throw to avoid getting hit. And it passed. Nope, that's a fail. As it takes 1d4 fire damage. On at the start of each of its turn, which is 4. Even though it resists the fire damage, it's still enough for this thing to die.
Yeah.
As the fire consumes it, and the light that it sheds just causes it to dissipate.
Yeah, fire has a way of doing that, Shadows.
Alrighty. It is now the Shadow's turn. They are... Seeing that, Beloved has the bullseye lantern, they're gonna focus their attacks on her.
Okay.
Pepper, you get an attack of opportunity on that Shadow.
Hey, or something, I don't know.
No, I can't do that. What can I do? Don't, fudge it all. I'm gonna... No. No.
Now remember, unless you have Warcaster, you can only use melee attacks to, like opportunity attacks.
Yeah, only melee attacks, eh?
So, like a dagger or something?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna... I'm still on the ground, because that was a good gut punch, and I'm gonna throw my dagger at it.
Alright. That hits.
Dang.
Yeah! I mean, it's not that far.
Roll damage.
Alright. Oh, come.
Okay. You slice at this thing, and it looks like it's just barely hanging on. As your dagger phases through the shadow, but it's looking like a gentle breeze could knock it over into nothingness. That being said, they're going to make their attacks on Beloved.
All right.
Always not fight us, you know.
That's a 2, so that's a miss. And that's an 8 on the die, so that's also a miss. Alright, it is now Burn. It is now your turn.
I don't think I can get down to that door.
With your movement, you can, yes.
Oh, cool. Hey. Whoop. I see. Take stock of the situation. What's happening?
2 shadows
I
are
see.
sapping the life out of Beloved.
And I see that she also has a lit bullseye lantern. So I'm like,
Yes.
well, all right. So I light my bullseye lantern and sweep across both of them.
Go ahead and roll damage just for fun.
3d8.
Yep,
Oof.
they're dead. Even if
Very
they pass the saving throw, they're gone.
Wow.
Alrighty. With that,
Nice.
combat has now ended again.
Are you all right?
No.
Yeah, you guys do feel a little winded, having the strength sapped from you.
Can we restore that through rest, or do we need a spell?
You go ahead and either Dr. Pepper or Burn can roll Arcana or Medicine.
How do I... There we go.
Okay.
Well,
So the way that good medicine works is you effectively can, let's see, instead of creating good medicine, you create consume a good. So you roll 1d8 per level of spell slot. So that's either a healing. Basically, you make a healing potion, or you can put a spell into a potion. If I'm reading that correctly.
I like to think of it as the original Dr. Pepper.
but I think we could probably rest and prepare for the trials ahead.
So yeah, from what you gather from your Arcana check, you get the feeling that if these things were sapping your energy, but like physical energy. So if you just take some time to rest, you should be fine.
Like Cell.
Also,
With that in mind,
is this thing still there? Yeah.
the statue, you didn't realize this before, but it's looking down at you guys, and it's smiling. It wasn't.
Provocatively?
It wasn't before, but it is now.
What's the statue made of?
Wood.
Ew.
Pretty cocky looking for someone within burning distance.
It does nothing, because it is a statue.
Or what was the orb made out of again?
Alright,
Oh,
the orb is a crystal orb. Let's see,
I think you said smoky quartz.
Yes. Is a, crystal orb, 5 shadows, search, attack, shadows, pursue those. Alright, the treasure is a crystal orb. From general, you can, like, ritual cast identify. It's worth
I'll
about...
do that.
It's worth about 25 gold. It is a crystal ball. It can count as an arcane focus. However,
Ooh.
apart from that, it is not magical.
So it can do arcane focusing, which I don't know what that does.
Basically, it means that you don't need to worry about material components. This thing takes care of that, as long as it doesn't cost money.
I'll hang on to it then.
Alright.
That'll be helpful.
I wanted to shine my light on it and see if it would do anything. My bullseye lantern.
It just makes the light look cool. It lights up really pretty.
As you do that, though, you do notice something. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage, since you're lighting this place up.
Perception.
Oh.
His is better.
With my one eye.
Alright, you are able to see. You look over to the north, or I guess the northern part of the map. There is a hidden passageway that leads upwards to a
Oh.
trap door.
Open that's probably like a way back.
Yeah.
It's easier.
A quick examination. You open up the hatch, and it leads to the foyer that's on the first level with all the
Wow.
wolves.
We did it. The door to before.
So, yeah,
Nice.
you
That's
have
like
a
over here, right?
yes. You have a quick exit should you need it.
Good.
Which means we will need it.
Okay. Does anyone
Triangle
want to
here.
set the statue on fire so we can rest by the flames?
I mean, we could
Sure.
also, there's like a bedroom over here if we need it. Where'd it go?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like fuck that statue though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like do I have anything that's like
I mean, Dr. Pepper threw some alchemist fire over here, and that stays on fire. So you probably just like light a stick and throw it at it.
yeah, we do that. Just chip a
Or-
bit off of the statue, light that, and then put it back on the statue.
Ooh.
Alright. As you guys begin to set up a
The
funeral
statue
pyre
at
for
the-
yeah,
Oh,
you
sorry.
you turn this FFG into a burning man. The chanting does begin to slow down a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Look, we're already probably cursed for being in here. Why not just go all in?
And for a moment,
That
it's
is-
deathly silent. And each one of you hear a cackle. Not from down below, but from above. And slowly,
Okay.
the chanting continues. For the sake of this, are you taking a long or a short rest?
I mean, I think long would be best, but if we have that kind of time,
There's no rush.
yeah.
And we have fire to keep us safe from any additional shadows.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Alrighty.
I mean, as someone that's a bit worse for wear, I could use a little nappy poo.
Alrighty.
Okay.
For brevity's sake, I will say this much: nothing happens if you guys decide to take a long rest. With that in mind, any strength that has been lost during the shadow fight is restored. Beloved, you gain back 1 strength, and
Mhm.
Pepper, you gain back 2.
Yay.
That slapped.
Any hit points,
Um,
hit dice, or spell slots are regained as well.
Yay.
Hey. Actually, can we add those spells to our spell books in the rest too?
Yes.
Cool. I'll go over those with you later, Wyatt.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
So I'm gonna make this offer one last time and then not bring it up. But if Dr. Pepper wants to take his chair to the foyer, now would be a good opportunity.
Oh yeah, I mean while we're all just resting and chilling out.
I mean, you guys basically cleared out the majority of this dungeon and the house, so yeah, you have basically a free reign in this place.
I
We
mean,
heard-
who wants to go to the kitchen and just make a sandwich?
I mean, all that
We
stuff
heard-
is rotten, but okay.
We heard cackling upstairs though.
It's probably
Alright.
fun.
It's probably
What's
fine.
the worst we can do?
I'll
Yeah.
just stand behind Johnny and use him as a sort of movable wall.
Mhm.
Don't you
Alrighty.
feel
Loved.
yeah.
Alrighty. So, for brevity's sake, I will say that you guys finish your long rest and you continue forward with your adventure. I'm assuming you head back to the reliquary.
Yes. And Pepper's beloved chair is now safely stored in the foyer.
Oh yay. Oh yay, for yay.
So, can we assume that we swiped all of the quote-unquote relics that
Yeah.
you mentioned. So yeah, great. All right.
Alright.
Who wants the bone knife?
We'll just post the picture and then we'll discuss that out of session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that,
For brevity's sake, I will
Good
say
thing.
all of this
But I-
stuff is effectively useless. But
Useless.
I mean, they're trinkets. They have
Yeah.
no use monetary game wise.
hey, never discount a prop in a stage performance.
You mean legitimate medicine, don't you?
Yes. Wink.
Okay.
Regardless,
Do you
As
want
you-
to try and? Sorry, go ahead.
as you guys make your way to what you assume is potentially the final room of this area, as this area in front of you is barred off by a gate. Bars that are keep you from further moving on. However, from what you can see, make sure that there's the descriptions that I need to read out. You see signs of a portcullis that seem to overview a massive altar in the center of a pond.
Okay.
If you look over to your left, you see that there is some sort of mechanism that may look like it can make the gates open. However, you cannot reach from your position.
Yeah, we can.
With your bare hand. With the help of Barn, you're able to summon forth a spectral skeleton hand to turn it. And with that, it opens up. Alrighty. With that in mind, as you guys enter this area, the chanting is at its loudest. He is the ancient. He is the land. But the moment you guys step forward, the chanting stops.
Unless someone stops her, Beloved is going to try and destroy the altar.
Burn will stop her.
Okay.
Okay.
As soon as the chanting stops, he'll like grab her, the back of her dress. Wait to see what happens first. I think.
All right. Roll a perception check real fast.
Everyone.
Yep.
Hmm.
Damn it.
Perception.
Cursed by one eye.
So,
And Pepper. Perceive. Cool.
All right, Johnny. As you're looking in, this place is probably the most well kept of this place. The walls are a smooth masonry, provides excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling. As a branch to the west wall leads to a dark cave, heaped with refuse. Murky waters covers the most of the floor, and there are stairs leading up to a dry stone ledge that hugs the wall. In the middle of the room, there are more stairs rising from this octagonal dais, and also rises above the water. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar, mounted on the dais. This altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and stained with dried blood. As you guys enter, it's deadly quiet, but as you peer forward, you see something is a small island formed at the end of this hall, at the very end of this place. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks cluttered. What do you guys do?
So this thing?
Yes.
Okay. And it rose out of the water?
It's been there the whole time, but it's noticeable now that you guys enter this place.
Beloved is going to approach the altar, but she won't attack it. She's just kind of watching it warily.
I mean, what if we just leave?
No.
Alright. As you
Alright.
approach the altar, you all begin to hear footsteps approaching. And as you quickly look around, up on the portcullis, 13 shadowy figures begin to emerge.
Boy.
Dressed in very large robes, and only their eyes shining through, they begin to chant. One must die! One must die! And over and over again, as they look towards the altar.
Okay.
I mean, does anyone have to actually die, sir?
They certainly want that to happen.
Alright,
Mm.
so, in order, I would like Burn to make a nature check.
Nature?
Yes. And
Alright.
Beloved to roll a religion.
Okay. The survival roll was to see if there was anything worth looting in this area.
Yeah, no, the only thing that is here is the altar, and it's basically a bloody stained mess.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's...
And you're familiar with these types of rituals. It's very archaic, but your husband once told you something similar.
Yeah.
This is a sacrificial altar. They need something to... They're asking you guys to kill something on this altar. Doesn't matter what it is. Just as long as something dies on it.
How about no?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer is to kill Walter the Mouse. But I don't think anyone wants to do that.
As for the nature check, Burn, that is a shambling mound to the south.
Oh!
It is
That's
half
nice.
submerged, and it is
Waiting.
waiting. So will it be
Maybe.
as the occult phantasmal forces all chant in unison, "One must die, one must die." They look down towards you, waiting.
Okay. Beloved is going to look over at Johnny. And she's going to point her mace towards the altar. And she's going to lift up her veil and sort of mime screaming at it.
Ooh.
Because she noticed that Johnny has the spell Shatter.
So does Burn, but yeah.
I mean, everyone can cast it.
I mean, if you got shatter on you.
Let's just all do it at once.
Beloved's fine with that, because she doesn't mind attacking with her mace at the same time. But we just have to be in agreement. Is that what we want to do?
Sound good to you guys?
I'm cool with it. I don't. Do I have shatter?
No.
What are we
Shit.
trying to do? We're trying to shatter things.
Yeah,
This altar.
we're attacking
Tell
the bloodstained altar.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I,
say fuck you to the cultists.
yeah, have shatter. I used it earlier.
So both of us cast shatter.
And Beloved will attack it with her mace.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't give
Ooh.
us any.
Cast it 2 or 3.
It's whatever you want to do, dude.
I'll just cast it at 2, and I'll save a 30 for later.
Okay.
We refuse.
All right. Everyone roll damage for your
We
surprise round.
I did.
That'll be. I have to roll.
Yeah, mine's above Beloved's crit, which is awesome that she did a crit there.
12 damage.
All right. So it is technically a construct. So Shatter does say that this would count as double damage.
Ooh,
So
so 24
24.
and 28.
28 and a 16. 8 and 16. Okay. Well,
Hey, we killed your altar.
Good point.
all right. So I'm gonna rule a cool it
Okay.
because I thought this was actually a pretty cool idea.
Yee.
I'm gonna roll a D100.
Oh boy.
You guys did a total of 68 damage to the altar.
Wait.
And Burn, your eye twitches. Not your physical eye, the one
Oh.
underneath your eye patch. As you,
Oh, I actually have one. I actually have one under there.
not really.
Oh, so okay. Go
For
on.
flavor-wise, it is your arcane eye.
Mhm.
You
Yeah?
can see the magic that is keeping these phantasmal beings in check, keeping them bound to this area in particular, all centered on this altar. I'm gonna roll a D100,
Uh-huh.
and if it rolls lower than the 68,
Mhm.
something's gonna happen.
Oh. Something bad or something cool?
You don't know.
We'll find out.
Oh boy. Probably something bad is Ravenloft. But go on.
Draconic dice. What do we have? That's 60. Six. I rolled a 66.
So
So
2 less than a 68.
Yep.
so was it trying to beat our damage or
That's me closing the book. As this massive concussive blast erupts into this room, it echoes in the acoustics, and all of you watch as these shadowy figures scream out in agony, holding their heads, lifting up, holding up, almost as if begging for help. But you hear that laugh again from upstairs. Cackling. Amused. As slowly but surely those shadowy figures fade to dust. The altar remains shattered. The shambling mound to the south does not stir. In fact, if anything, it seems to deflate even more. Congratulations. All of you have leveled up to level 6.
Yay! We
And with-
did it.
We did it, Reddit.
And you completely bypass the encounter of fighting the shambling mound.
Hooray!
Wow. I mean, what were we being offered if we did?
Alright,
do
so
a swap?
here's the thing. If you didn't sacrifice something, literally anything, it could have been just as long as something dies on that altar, they wouldn't have done shit. But if you didn't, that shambling mound would have attacked, essentially.
Yeah.
But you guys did
I'm
something
sorry.
cool, so...
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
were the cloak guys gonna help it too, or?
No, they're shadow figures. They don't interact whatsoever.
Okay.
But yeah, for remedy's sake, this is a temple, like a dungeon made for levels 1 to 3. A shambling
still.
mound would have wiped you guys. If
And
you
we're
were level
level
3.
5.
But you guys
Yeah.
are a little over leveled. For remedy's sake, I will say this much. A lot of you gather your things, feeling that this place has been finally set free from whatever nonsense, occult or otherwise, have been left to their devices. The house remains unchanged, still as dusty as before, but for now, there is no threats within this building.
Never see
As a
any
lot of you make your
ghosts?
way outside the building, the mist has finally receded. As you guys make your way out, with both Rose and Thorn at peace. For a brief moment, there's a calm among Barovia.
Aw.
But it is not for long. As you guys begin to make your way out, you hear something. That cackling noise. The sound of bat wings fluttering and flying across the sky. And a single church bell begins to ring. As it is now midnight. And slowly but surely, spirits of all kinds begin to rise. Even amongst you guys, at the very floor beneath you, you see wandering spirits, adventurers clad in armor, mages in their robes, fighting, struggling against unseen enemies, as one by one, they begin to slowly be slaughtered. As you all watch this charade go on, you notice that the ones that have fallen to their adversaries slowly being dragged to one part of town. As you follow, you see a single church in the midst of town. As one by one, those spirits are taken there and almost flung into the catacombs. I need one person to roll a perception check before we close it off today.
Give that person a 19 with my portent.
Okay.
I got a 22.
So,
Okay.
actually, more than that. So,
I did it because I have inspiration, so if it was bad, I would have rerolled.
so it's actually
He can see through the very cracks in the windows.
24. You watch as Johnny, as you watch this parade of spirits being hauled around. You watch as a flight of bats circle around. That eerily chuckle that you've heard before still echoing in your head. And waiting in the window, you see one particular person watching. A female. A lady who seems tired. But at the same time, she's waiting, on guard, as she knows something is coming. As I will show to the players
I know who that is.
Oh. God, she would be tired.
Of course.
Why is that?
And with that,
She's
I'll-
been doing it
I'll
for
tell
a
you after
long
session.
time.
and with that, as you guys are now at the outskirts of the church, that is where we are going to end today's session, because it is almost 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like,
Getting
I
late.
understand why you want to get to the boss fight.
Yeah. It's a good thing you guys overdid that boss fight too, because that would have lasted a while.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I hope you
Alright.
guys had fun.
Oh
You
yeah.
beat the Death House. And
Yeah.
I had a great time. And now we not only have an uncursed house, but I'll bet we have a great time at that windmill that is probably also not cursed and is not the repository of countless atrocities.
Also, since those kids are like really dead now, does that mean the house is ours because we have the deed?
Yes.
Technically, yes. No
yeah.
one's are there to, claim it, so.
Challenge you, yeah.
And
Cool,
it's
we
still
got
in
a
one
full
piece.
house.
Because
Yeah.
you didn't spring the trap in the last fight, the place is not a death trap.
Hooray!
Yeah, I was,
Free
Now
house.
we
Yeah, if you guys hadn't, did the sacrifice, the entire house would have turned into a death trap. Like, every door becomes like a pendulum swing. Any place that has, like, a fireplace becomes, like, filled with smoke and poisonous gas. And that shambling mound is just gonna keep chasing you throughout the entire place.
wait a minute. So, like, if we don't sacrifice something, that all happens?
For
Yep,
the altar, doesn't matter.
but
Yeah,
we
but
shattered
we
the
blew up
altar. So, and it was enough to destroy the curse on this place.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, thank God I'm hanging around some badasses.
yeah. I'm gonna end the recording here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in for next week as we continue on with the Ravenloft. Enjoy your spooky month.
Have
Goodbye.
a coolish good evening, dear adventurers.
Nice.